This is the Buzz Adams Morning Show podcast. Barstool Talk Daily. Except it's really early in the morning and no booze. For the most part.
Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station.
Got it. All right. Intern Alberto has lost one of his senses. He's lost his sense of hearing. He can't hear anything we're saying. Can you hear anything we're saying, Alberto?
No.
Nope. Okay. All right. We're gonna get through this first segment. Then we're gonna deal with it. Okay.
We've been having technical difficulties.
Well, you know what? Unrelated to Alberto.
Yeah.
We had a whole passel of technical difficulties yesterday.
It was crazy yesterday. Mayhem ensued.
A lot of mayhem, and let me tell you, I believe I have successfully navigated the inferno of hell that is open enrollment for insurance.
Oh my God, Buzz, you don't know how much my heart sunk when you messaged us that you never got your scheduled call.
And yesterday was the deadline.
Yesterday was the deadline for it.
You took care of all your stuff, didn't you?
I did, yeah, because it was that text confirmation. I told you, dude.
Wait, so when I played the intro, could you guys hear that?
No.
I could hear the intro. I could hear music when you started playing.
The bed?
The music bed, yeah,
Well,
but not,
the
not from
headphones?
your computer?
Yeah, the headphones, we know where you usually plug them in?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Welcome.
I had to plug them in up here.
Welcome, everybody, to a professional radio program.
Hey.
That's what they sound like sometimes.
We are human. Errors happen.
That's why we'll be replaced by AI soon.
Our system did crash. It was weird.
Okay, so get this. I'm talking to the lady with my open enrollment.
Yes.
And she's trying to pitch me. I'm like, one time I had to go to I got knocked out and they put me in an ambulance. And then they charged me like $8,000 for the ambulance ride. And she's like, oh, you need the accident package. And I'm like, all right, well, explain that to me. She spends 15 minutes explaining. It'll cover up to $400. And I'm like, did you not just hear me say it cost $8,000?
Yeah, I needed to cover $8,000 of it.
And and this is when she said, that only covers the ambulance ride. It doesn't cover things like them strapping you to a gurney or any medications they give you or whatever. I'm like, wait a minute. So you're telling me $7,500 of an ambulance ride is not going to be covered? What happened now? Oh, my machine died. So it's happening to all of us. Yeah. It just died right in the middle of the intro music. So I'm like, it's going to cover $400-something, but I got stuck with an $8,000 bill. I can download a ghost gun. I didn't say that.
Oh, man, that was a question I should have asked. I was busy with tell me more about the pet insurance.
You got pet insurance?
No, I didn't get it. But he did mention, there's also pet insurance. And it was so, I don't know, I felt like an adult. But, I also felt like I didn't understand half of it. And I was just like, yeah, okay, I'll take that one.
Yeah. I think it is.
And he was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and put that in for you. And I
think it's by design that they kind of keep you in the dark even when they're trying to explain stuff to you.
Actually, I think he did a really great job explaining things. I just didn't fully understand everything.
Yeah, I tried to sign up and they said, if you come here again, we're going to beat you up.
So my open enrollment is. You know what?
I have health insurance.
My thought as I was hanging up and concluding the call was, I'm going to do my best not to get sick.
That's what I told myself. I'm like, I don't think this is a good thing, Jess. So don't get sick this year.
Alberto, did you end up going to the company lunch?
Yes, it was delicious.
It was at Mia Mora.
Oh,
Mora
yeah.
Mia. Mia Mora or Mora Mia?
Well, now I'm not too sure, but Mora, I'm going to say it's Mora Mia, and it was delicious.
Mora Mia. Yeah, Mora Mia is great. I love it there. They just opened one in 5 Points. Amazing.
That's actually the first one I went to.
Oh, the one in 5 Points?
Yeah, so I went there, and then I pulled out my phone, and it wasn't.
Oh, no, you went to the wrong one. Oh, Alberto.
Kept it on brand.
Were they open?
Yeah, but I didn't get all the way off. I saw the lack of cars, and I was like, this isn't normal.
Yeah, that can't be right.
Yeah.
Let's get a look at the weekend weather. It's not the weekend yet, but it is the freaking preekend. And we're getting ready for the weekend. It's 35 degrees outside, so, got down close to freezing last night. We're going to warm up, but not a whole lot. 55 is all we got for the high temperature today. Thursday's forecast calling for light winds, cloudy, but we're not seeing any rain in the forecast. There's going to be some cloud cover. It is going to be on the cooler side, but no rain in the forecast. No rain in the forecast through the weekend either. But we are going to see it warm up. Tomorrow we could get near 70. Partly cloudy, no rain again in the forecast. 68 for Friday's high temperature. For the weekend proper, Saturday, mostly sunny, 65 is going to be the high temperature. And then on Sunday, again, close to 70. Mostly sunny on Sunday, 68 for the high temperature. And winds aren't going to be too bad either, so that's a solid golfer's A for today through Sunday. Golfer's Forecast brought to you by Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. You can set up all your tee times and reservations online at painteddunes.com. That's painteddunes.com. Or you can call the Pro Shop. Their number is 915-821-2122 for Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. Joanna is going to do the news, but in about an hour, she's going to have the Hollywood Cheesemay. What's coming up today on the Hollywood Cheesemay?
It's that time of year again. Pornhub's year-end data has been revealed, and they have the top search in movies and characters from Pornhub, and I'm going to let you know.
Really?
Number one.
Nice.
Number one character? Like that's like a porn actor or actress?
Not a porn specifically, a character. Like, let's say you're into, I don't know.
Star Wars.
Harry Potter, Star Wars, things like
or
that.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because I seen a sexy April O'Neil one time.
What? He's into the freaky turtles.
Looked just like her. And the turtles were basically just like porn dudes painted in green.
The freaky Ninja Turtles?
Weird.
Yeah, the freaky Ninja Turtles.
Well, the
FNT.
year-end data's here, and I have your top Pornhub searches for 2024 coming up in entertainment news.
All right, looking forward to that. Got some more tickets for skating at the rink at Winterfest to give away through New Year's Day. The ice rink is in the downtown Convention Center Plaza, and skating's open through January 1.
Oh, there it is.
Various sessions throughout the day and the evening. Tickets for skate sessions are on sale at epwinterfest.com.
Cool.
That's epwinterfest.com, and we'll have tickets to give away. Don't let me forget, Joanne and Alberto.
Yeah, what's up?
We have Sun Bowl tickets to give away.
Oh, we
next
do?
week, yeah.
Yes.
It's going to be Washington and Louisville. I'm trying to say it like people from
Louisville.
Kentucky say it, Louisville. No, you just really have to like just
Really roll it.
Louisville.
Louisville. That's how you do it. We've got Today in Sound clips on the way. So, what are some of the stories that you saw that were notable? How about this one? In New York, they want to find out who's been putting up wanted posters with the photos and information of healthcare executives. And
I
the
did
message, healthcare executives shouldn't feel safe. And this comes in the aftermath of the arrest of the guy. Oh, and they matched the bullets at the scene to the ghost gun
Right.
that this genius still had on him.
Yeah. This is genius.
Yeah. So
I'm
it's in
more-
the aftermath of arresting that guy who shot United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in the back.
Right.
Right in the middle of the, Midtown Manhattan.
I'm now trying to follow this story on the reward money for that McDonald's employee.
How much was it?
Okay, so it was the FBI put up $50,000, and the NYPD separately put up $10,000.
If you haven't heard, in Altoona, Pennsylvania, a McDonald's customer and a McDonald's employee recognized the guy, and they're the ones who notified police.
Right. So they're saying with the FBI money, it has to also turn into a conviction. So until he is convicted, the person who turned him in won't see those $50,000. Now, the $10,000 that the NYPD put up, the person might not get it now because they called 911 instead of calling the NYPD.
Okay. All right. Wait a second. Everybody knows. Everybody's been told since they were kids. Call 911. That's the police.
Not for not calling the tip line that they provided, because they called 911 instead.
Yeah.
Isn't that shady?
That's kind of chiselly. Yeah. Don't like that at all.
I don't either. But now I'm invested in this whole thing about when will they get the reward money.
Anything else that's making huge waves today?
If your Instagram and Facebook was down yesterday, you're not alone. You're not crazy. Meta is now saying that they're trying to resolve a technical issue that caused a widespread outage of its apps. That includes Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. All of that was down yesterday, and I thought...
Yeah, it made our Zeta crash, too.
I thought it was because, our Zeta crashed and all that. I'm like, well, the whole internet's down.
Zeta's a program we use that's specific for radio, I guess. I don't know if they use it in other industries.
For radio, yeah. But yesterday I thought, wow, everything in this station is down. I can't be on Instagram. No, there was an outage of it.
Oh, okay. They had some hearings about those drones, some of them described as being as large as an SUV over New Jersey, and it got heated.
These are getting a little serious, I think.
Here's my question, and we're actually going to have it answered in one of the sound clips coming up. Can you shoot down that
Just start
drone?
shooting at them.
Also, and
this is America.
I don't know how this works, but I've seen the product for sale. It's a drone jammer, and you point it, and it fries messes up the electronics or whatever. It brings it down, but you're not
telling me
shooting
we can't do that?
We need to do something.
If they were flying them over Mississippi or Alabama, let me tell you, some good old boy would take a 12-gauge shotgun and shoot one of those things out of the sky. There's no doubt about it. The drones over multiple states, but mostly New Jersey. So they're describing them coming in from offshore. Excuse me.
He's summoning them right now.
He got excited and animated.
Like 50
at
a time. And all that they have confirmed in New Jersey is they're not ours. They're not the U.S. government's or New Jersey's. They don't belong to us. That's concerning. And the governor of New Jersey said, we don't feel with the information we have right now that it's any cause for alarm. Well, it sounds like
and we're all like, are you sure about that? You sure about that? What?
They're showing some of these things flying. And
I don't know who.
I mean, if you're saying you don't know what it is, but it's safe, you could say, well, you don't know what it is. It could be dangerous.
Yeah. Just start shooting at it.
Who's flying it? They say that they believe these drones have a range of about 12 miles. So it's somebody within 12 miles is controlling the drones.
And they're like, we don't know who, so we're not going to send anyone out there. You were telling me they can't send people within that radius to look for someone? Things are getting shady.
It's all very, very weird. I want to tell you about Rockin' Christmas and see if it's too late. We can add a new song for our Rockin' Christmas party. So Saturday, December 21st, 6 to 9 on Saturday morning, KLAQ's Rockin' Christmas party is on the air. And then we've been doing something special for years. The Christmas morning, KLAQ's Rockin' Christmas morning, 6 to 10 on Christmas morning. And Joanna, you say that this is what you guys soundtrack with when you're opening gifts and so forth.
Well, I'm all like, everybody listen in for Joanna.
We will feature a lot of your favorite rock and roll Christmas classics. That means a lot of Gary Hoey, our buddy that we talk to every year.
Ho, ho, hoey.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra. There's a lot of Rob Halford in here. And Christmas songs from the likes of AC/DC. Yep, they had a Christmas song.
Nice.
U2 and many others. KLAQ's Rockin' Christmas Party and Rockin' Christmas Morning from El Paso's home for the right kind of holiday cheer. 95.5 KLAQ. This is from There I Ruined It. And
Love it.
they experiment a lot with, lyrics to songs they don't go to or mashups and things like this. And they're saying here that they are ruining Creed and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's up to your own judgment if you think it's ruined or enhanced. It's up to you.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let Rudolph join in any reindeer games. And one foggy Christmas Eve, oh, Santa came to say, can you take me higher to a place where snowmen see? Can you take me higher to a place where sleigh bells ring?
All right, we're going to have today in sound clips, top stories of the day with accompanying news actualities. We'll have that on the way on the Buzz Adams Morning Show right after this.
Hey, it's Double G. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
Real business operation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Broadcasting in El Paso to El Paso. The Buzz Adams Morning Show on 95.5 KLAQ.
We have an ETA, estimated time of arrival for Nico. 5 minutes, Turkish. 5 minutes.
Nice.
You said 5 minutes 5 minutes ago.
8 minutes.
You said 5 minutes 8 minutes ago.
I like how you start doing that. But I think Nico had already hung up.
Yeah, he already hung up, but I was like, from now on, whenever you tell me you're going to be 5 minutes late, just say, 5 minutes, Takish. It's a scene from Snatch.
Snatch.
One of the great underrated movies, I thought.
It's a good movie.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you'd call it underrated.
Yeah, I think most people.
Are familiar with
Yeah.
the movie Snatch. If not,
highly.
2
It was
hours
one of
watching,
our
it's great. It was
Monday
one of our-
morning movies, which returns this coming Monday. We're going to watch A Christmas Story.
So we're only doing one
yeah, only
Christmas story.
One. Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of like to go see that,
Cap
like
off
at
the year.
Alamo Draft House or something. I don't know. if
Oh, are they showing it?
I don't know.
Oh.
You know,
Seems
I
like the
think
kind
they
of
were
thing they
showing
do.
it at the Plaza for the Winterfest. Fun.
But that's already come and gone, you think?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's gone.
Got today in sound clips on the way here in just a few moments. Let me give you a preview of Loudwire Nights. You can listen to Loudwire Nights 7 to midnight, Monday through Friday on 95.5 KLAQ. We've got a guest on the show tonight. Special guests are Johnny Wright and Ty Max of Drop the Star. This is a relatively new band on the scene, but they have been rocking out of Seattle and Tacoma for years now. Mission Metallica tonight at 10 o'clock. We're doing an all live set, all from the same concert. This is 3 songs in a row from Metallica from their concert in Boston in 2009.
Wow.
And at 11 o'clock, our nightcap, we got brand new music from Killswitch Engage with Forever Aligned. That's like a sketch of a little bit of what's happening tonight on Loudwire Night, 7 to midnight, Monday through Friday on 95.5 KLAQ.
And now, today in sound clips.
All of the day's news with accompanying sound bites and actualities. Christopher Wray, the FBI director, announced to his employees yesterday that he will be resigning at the end of President Joe Biden's term in office. Why is he doing this? Because Trump has made no secret that he's going to fire him.
Right.
And Trump is still trying to put in Kash Patel. Senior FBI officials said the current plan is for Wray to stay in office until Inauguration Day, which is January 20th, after which the deputy director, Paul Abate, will be named acting director. During a press conference yesterday, Director Christopher Wray announced that he will step down at the end of the Biden administration.
After weeks of careful thought, I've decided the right thing for the Bureau is for me to serve until the end of the current administration in January and then step down.
So Trump really doesn't like Christopher Wray, and he should really get to the bottom because he calls him a swamp creature and the deep state and all this stuff. Yeah, he should find out who appointed that guy in the first place.
Yeah, he should really track down the idiot who put him in the first place.
Well, he would need a mirror to do that because he appointed Christopher Wray.
It was himself.
Yeah, it was him.
It's like when you unmask
Wray.
A villain on Scooby-Doo.
Well,
it was him all along.
Okay, so just to keep, before him, it was James Comey. And Trump went after James Comey. FBI directors typically and traditionally serve 10-year terms, so there's no...
Right. Like President... I don't want to say conflict, but...
Well, there's no... the FBI is not politicized. The FBI... Listen, for the first 50 years of the FBI's existence, it was extremely politicized under J. Edgar Hoover. He would use the FBI to settle scores, not only for presidents, but for himself. So, but Trump drove Comey out. Then he appointed Christopher Wray. It seems like what's happening is he's appointing people who are committed public servants, and then they investigate the president for crimes that he's committed. And if the president's Donald Trump, he doesn't like it. Let's see. You wanted to hear about the drones? Yesterday, Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh gave a few details, not much. The Pentagon says that the drones aren't coming from Iran, but says that they don't know where they're coming from. Here is the Pentagon Deputy Press Secretary saying that there's no evidence that the drones are a threat.
At this time, we have no evidence that these activities are coming from a foreign entity or the work of an adversary. We're going to continue to monitor what is happening, but, at no point were our installations threatened.
Last I checked, if you sneak onto a military installation, they could shoot you. So,
right?
Yeah, I mean, it's considered a threat that just somebody's surveilling or whatever. I mean, we don't know what these drones are doing. Singh clarifies that the drones don't belong to the U.S. military.
These are not U.S. military drones. Again, this is being investigated by local law enforcement. What our initial assessment here is that these are not drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary.
Oh, you don't know what they are.
So
knock one out of the sky and take it apart
Shoot
and find out.
Shoot one down. This is America.
Jeff Van Drew, we're going to hear from, claims that sources told him where the drones are coming from.
Mm-hmm. Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones. That mothership is off. I'm going to tell you the deal. It's off the east coast of the United States of America. They've launched drones. It's everything that we can see or hear. And again, these are from high sources. I don't say this lightly.
But Sabrina Singh, the deputy spokesperson for the Pentagon, dismisses those claims of an Iranian mothership.
There is not any truth to that. There is no Iranian ship off the coast of the United States, and there's no so-called mothership launching drones towards the United States.
How does she know?
Yeah, I mean, if you're saying we don't know who it is, but we know it's not Iran. We don't know who it is, but we know it's not the U.S. military. Brian Bergen walked out of a Homeland Security briefing on the drone sightings, mostly centered over New Jersey. Here's Bergen talking about why he walked out.
I walked out because it was worthless. It was the biggest amateur hour presentation I've ever seen about anything, okay? It was ridiculous. There were no answers. Every question that was asked by a member of the state legislature, great questions, no answers, no resolution. They don't know where the drones are coming from. They don't know who's doing it. They don't know why they're doing it, but they say there's no credible threat. It was annoying to be there.
Yeah, we have no idea, but it's not a threat.
Right.
Good morning, guys. Fun fact. Every FBI director since its inception, which is first one was J. Edgar Hoover, has been a Republican. If you going back to Reagan when he appointed William Sessions, and then Louis Freeh, Bill Clinton kept Louis Freeh, Republican,
for his whole term.
George Bush appointed Robert Mueller. When Obama came on, he kept Robert Mueller for 2 years, and then he appointed James Comey. All, very, I don't want to say right wing, but conservative Republicans.
Lifelong Republicans.
There has never been a Democrat FBI director. There's probably a reason behind it, but still, you're right, like you mentioned, Buzz. Trump should find out who appointed him.
Yeah, who's appointing all these lousy FBI directors?
Who appointed that idiot?
The FBI under Hoover was used to just basically terrorize whoever Hoover held a beef against, whether it was the civil rights movement, Martin Luther King, hippies.
The vacuum guy?
I love that you walk in like a child in the middle of a movie and you just want to ask all the grown-ups, what's going on here?
It doesn't matter.
That's
It's still funny.
I was just watching Home Alone 2 yesterday, and he says the same thing.
The vacuum guy?
Yeah, they're like, Hoover stayed in this room. Kevin's all, the vacuum guy?
I think they were talking about Herbert Hoover, right? But J. Edgar Hoover also, a lot of people believe he was compromised, that he had personal secrets, that people...
He did. He wore ladies' clothes. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a proven fact. Also, I got to fact check the thing about every FBI director has been a Republican. I mean, the guy sounded like he knew what he was talking about, but without independently checking.
Cousin Ian.
Was that Ian?
Yeah.
Now, while we're still talking about these drones, the question I think a lot of people, especially in Texas and the South, are asking is, why ain't somebody shot them down yet? Car-sized, sometimes some people are saying SUV-sized drones have been flying over New Jersey and Staten Island.
They have Buzz-sized drones?
Almost.
This isn't good. This isn't good.
And it has some residents wondering, can I shoot them down?
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Experts say no, mainly because it would be a federal crime.
What the hell?
Here's Representative Chris Smith and Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh again talking about the drones a little more.
One of their 47-foot motor lifeboats was followed by between 12 and 30 of these drones.
Our initial assessment here is that these are not drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary.
Hey, we could use like your BB gun. Take drones out.
I don't think that'd do the trick.
No? Mm-hmm.
Nico was out in my backyard. I found like a BB gun that I'd had a long time. Mm-hmm. It was covered in dust. So Nico just goes like a kid who got it for Ralphie Parker, who got a BB gun for Christmas. I told him, you'll shoot your eye out.
I like guns.
He starts shooting birds.
Yeah.
Nicholas,
why would you shoot birds? They're not doing anything to you.
I was gonna
and then
eat
he
it.
tells me you can eat it.
I was going to eat it.
You know
You're
those?
going to eat a pigeon?
Yeah,
Those are doves. They look like pigeons in El Paso, but the ones you see that look so much like pigeons are some species of dove.
They're
And Nico
pubs.
is trying to tell me pubs. The term is actually digens. He's trying to tell me that he and his friend used to shoot those pigeon doves, the El Paso doves.
Pigeon doves.
Pubs.
Did you say you'd shoot them with BB guns?
Pellet guns.
And then you would eat them?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Eat 'em?
crazy for that.
I don't know about that.
How would you get
That last-
the feathers
How much
off of
meat
it?
would you possibly?
Oh, you don't pluck it. You cut the
Boil
breast
it.
out. No, you cut the breast out.
the breast out and throw away the rest of the body, so you don't have to pluck it.
They're tiny breasts.
I'm not
You're
interested.
eating
Then.
You need like 30
Just
of
the
them.
way Nico likes them.
I want you to look me in the eye and tell me if you're telling the truth.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
How many of them would you have to shoot to
need
make a
like
meal
30.
for 30 for one person?
No.
How much protein you think is in that?
It's like this big. I got
Like
you
a
to look
nut-
at it.
like a chicken nugget.
Stupid.
Like the size of a chicken nugget?
Oh, a little bit bigger.
Pigeon nugget. Name
Well,
of today's podcast.
I guess you now have me at least giving you the benefit of the doubt. What
Hey.
did they taste like?
Will you tell everybody whether I was a good shot or not?
I guess Nico was a pretty
Were
good
you?
shot.
You guess?
Well, I got some feathers.
You just see feathers flying everywhere.
He literally winged them.
Yeah. I winged it.
And then I told him, knock it off. Quit shooting the birds.
Yo, good morning show. Hey, so if they shoot down one of those drones, wouldn't that, like, whoever comes to pick it up is the ones responsible for it? Wouldn't that be the easiest way to figure it out? I mean, you're getting in trouble and go to jail probably and, ruin your life, but hey, you know who owns the drones, right? All right, I love you guys. Bye.
Yeah, I'd be like,
I think the first person on the scene would probably collect the stuff, like, claimed.
Oh, look, free stuff.
But take it apart, see what you can find out about it. Maybe you can find some kind of clue as to where these drones are coming from.
I'd just be like, we don't know what it is, but we're also not going to shoot it down.
Yeah. A guy in Utah bought a used car on Monday.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I think you were telling me about this story.
Oh, it's that story the video you showed us.
Yeah.
When he drove it off the lot, though, there was a problem, and he went back to the lot and said, "You sold me a lemon, give me my money back." And the car lot said, Nope. You can't have it.
They
Was
were
sold
like-
as is."
No backsies.
So when he didn't get the refund, the guy drove that vehicle straight through the front door of the used car dealership. Here's the moment of the crash. Then you're going to hear the manager of the dealership and the dude who crashed the car, Michael Murray, explaining why he did what he did. God dang!
Oh my God.
That sounds like a sound effect you would get out of like a sound effect library, doesn't it? I'm going to save that. Sound of car crashing.
I showed Joanna this video yesterday, and she was even shocked. Remember I put on the video, the second it starts, you see that car crashing right in.
He just drove it right through the front window. God.
Whoa! Call the cops! Is anybody under the car? No.
It was kind of a very, very scary situation. Several hours later, he came back and he was very emotional. He said, listen, if you don't give me my money back right now, I'm going to run this car right through the front door.
I was just really angry.
So he
I
told
was upset about my money. I kind of blacked out for a second.
Alberto, speak for a second.
He warned them, sounds like. Wow.
The guy who crashed the car sounds like you.
I told him I was going to.
No,
this car right through the front door.
I was just really angry. I was upset about my money. I kind of blacked out for a second.
Say the words, I kind of blacked out for a
Kind of
second.
blacked out for a second.
Long story short.
I was upset about my money. I kind of blacked out for a second. I know I probably shouldn't have done it, but I guess I just hit a breaking point.
I blacked out.
I guess I just hit a
He was
break.
blinded by his rage that he didn't realize.
Well, I thought it was crazy when I saw the video yesterday, but I didn't even think about it until I heard the clip you played, Buzz, when somebody said, "Was there anybody under the, or was there anybody like?"
I guess somebody could got killed. So.
If somebody was standing in front of the window, yeah.
Hey, we've gotten a few calls from people talking about the drones that the Pentagon says we don't know who they're from, but it's nothing to worry about. You want to hear a couple of calls?
Yeah.
All right, and then we gotta take a break. Probably we got a full bases loaded today.
Yes.
All right.
It sounds to me like the Pentagon is hiding something about the drones.
Ándale, pues.
Yeah, how do you say we don't know what they are, but they're not a threat?
Yeah, that's
unless
what
you
makes
know
it
more
suspicious.
than what you're saying.
All this talk about you can't shoot the drone down, it's a federal crime or whatever. Let me tell you folks something. It's not what you know in court. It's what you can prove. So go ahead, shoot these drones down. They're not going to know who shot it down. Unless you shoot it from a McDonald's, I don't know what to tell you there. But no, come on. Millions of people in a city shooting a drone down. Who is going to know where that bullet came from? Come on, man.
I don't think millions of people shooting guns up into the air is a very good idea either.
Common sense.
Who's
Again,
going to know?
It's not what you know in court. It's what you can prove. So if I were you, I'd just fire at them.
That's a good point.
Damn drones.
And he was calling from La Tuna.
He's all like, they can't prove you did it.
I don't know what the range is, like how far the drones are away. Like if you need something like a sniper rifle, you know. And let's see. The United Healthcare CEO shooter, Luigi Mangione, they have matched the shell casings to the ghost gun that he had on him when they caught him. As he was being transported by cops, reporters were watching, and reporters and people in the crowd were yelling his name, Luigi, Luigi. And then listen to what one person says rather quietly. I think they could have been a little louder with this. Okay, listen closely. This is the healthcare shooter, Luigi Mangione, being transported.
What's happening, Luigi? Anything to say? What's going on, Luigi? Luigi, it's me, Mario.
This is just like the weirdest scenario ever.
Weirdest. The weirdest criminal scenario
Guy
ever.
shoots somebody down in cold blood in the back, and he's a hero.
I saw a report that said, like, GoFundMe is having to take down so
They're
many
not letting people go fund
They're not letting people
Luigi
start.
Mangione.
Yep.
It's me.
What timeline?
Today, December 12th.
Yeah. Today is World Coral Day for choruses, not coral, even though coral reefs could probably use some love right about now. It's Gingerbread House Day and Gingerbread Decorating Day.
Right.
Fun idea. Why don't you decorate your actual house with gingerbread furniture, lamps? It's the International Day of Neutrality, a day the United Nations made so they could high-five Switzerland. Maybe. And it's National Ambrosia Day for the only salad with whipped cream. And that's your daily calendar.
Find out what's going on. Quirky facts about our region. Urgent things you need to know impacting your drive. And of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock.
$5. See the station websites and directly through our station's mobile app. Seize deals and save money with dining deals.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
We got the Moat Show calendar and daily almanac of events coming up. Happy Dingling Day. Nico, you might want to be over here. We got a few phone calls this morning, and some of them involve you. I
I'm
guess.
here.
Nice.
Not all of them, but some of them. Remember, you can call us directly in the studio if you want to talk live. We'll put you on as quickly as we can. 915-910-4995 is the studio line. 915-910-4995. But our most popular is the neck line. It's very convenient. You can call night or day, 24 hours a day. on the NEC line. That number is 844-805-NEC, 844-805-6325.
What kind of degenerates think that what that dude did to murder that CEO of the health insurance company, what kind of degenerates think that that's actually a good thing? Like if they hold a grudge against people that are rich, like if they're not trying to get rich themselves, and if the tables turned, they wouldn't do anything different than anybody else that's already wealthy. They would keep it for themselves, and they would only think of themselves. Not that the wealthy only do that, because a lot of them give more charity than any one of us regular people can ever hope to give in our lifetime, no matter how hard we try. But the fact that people are justifying the murder of a family man because of the fact that he was rich and the CEO of a health insurance company is disgusting. And I hope the degenerates listening to this that called in and voiced their approval of this act don't ever find themselves in a situation like that later.
That's a pretty good point. What if you think it's all right to extrajudiciously execute somebody? What if somebody decides, well, I don't like people who say those kinds of things about healthcare CEOs, so I'm going to target them?
Right.
You wouldn't like that. Well, that's not how we do things in a civilized society. Forget in America, in any civilized society, you can't condone killing someone extrajudiciously. And you agree with that, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that the weirdest thing about this all is that people are just really showing their true colors when they kind of support this kind of stuff. Because at the end of the day, the CEO wasn't rubber stamping individual people. It's not like he was maniacally Mr. Burnsing his fingers together behind his desk. Deny. Screw this person. Screw this person.
I think there are a lot of people that think that that's their image of what happens in the top offices in a healthcare company.
No, unfortunately, there's millions of people that need insurance, and a lot of it's automated at this point, which is probably unfortunate as well. But
automated to deny,
defend, or
I know they
depose, right? Weren't those the words on the bullet casings?
Yeah. Again, Nico. Again. Back when you were a kid, you used to go hunting at the Skeet and Trap Club so you could practice with your fancy bird shot shotgun, and you would go and hunt ruffled grouse. But you had to settle for these pigeons, these mere pigeons, these pigeons, and you would eat them, bro. Who eats pigeons, brother? Come on, I thought you were rich. Pigeons, you probably catch AIDS or something. No rabies.
This guy doesn't let you get away with anything, man. This guy's all over you. Any story you tell, he calls in to talk about how privileged you are.
He is, but he's also saying at the end, like, dude, who he is? That's not privileged.
I was shocked when I found out what I had thought were pigeons. I think I was living in El Paso for 5 years. Somebody said those are dove.
Yeah,
they're
the
not
ones?
pigeons.
Yeah,
the gray ones.
They're digens.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the Mo Show calendar and daily almanac of events. Very busy day. A lot of celebrities having birthdays. It is Gingerbread House Day today. Also, International Day of Heavy Metal. Oh, awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
We'll be playing a block of Cannibal Corpse at 8 o'clock this morning. Today is International Universal Health Coverage Day. I think that kind of ties into these phone calls we've been getting.
Interesting.
What murder?
What murder?
Today is National Cocoa Day, and it is also Poinsettia Day, as well as National Ding-a-Ling Day. Birthdays today include Mayim Bialik, who was Blossom when she was a kid on TV, and Dr. Amy Farrah Fowler on Big Bang Theory. And I think they dumped her from being the host or one of the hosts
of Jeopardy?
Of Jeopardy, because she appeared in these brain boosting ads, and she's got a PhD in neuroscience, so she should really know better than to be pitching these worthless snake oil pills. I think
Snake
is what
oil.
happened. Actress Regina Hall is 54 today. Also turning 54, Jennifer Connelly
Oh, wow.
from A Beautiful Mind. Hulk, Labyrinth. She was also in a movie
I think of her in
with Frank Whaley called Career Opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
And she is
That
at her
scene.
maximum sexiness, and she's riding one of those like
The
automated
little horsies.
little horsies outside a store.
And the guys are just staring at her.
No, the sexiest is her in Requiem for a Dream.
You watched Requiem for a Dream?
Yeah, because at the end, Jennifer Connelly gets kind of naked, and then she has to like start doing sex acts for money to get her heroin. And at the end, they go ass to ass, ass to ass.
Man, I don't know anybody who actually saw Requiem for a Dream. Is it
I
all?
saw it once and never again.
It's an Aronofsky. It's like one of his first films, Darren Aronofsky.
It's one of those ones you just watch once.
Going into a Darren Aronofsky movie, I'm like,
get ready.
Yeah, something's going to be bizarre. They're going to eat that baby from Mother,
and they did.
Well, this is all about like the throes of drug use. So depending on the drug, like the filming is different. You know,
trying to
Jared
give you an
Leto's
idea.
in
Yeah,
it.
Jared
Leto's on the heroin, and Marlon Wayans.
The grandma is like
She's
in
on
diet
speed.
pills.
Yeah, diet peds. Yeah, diet pills.
Anyway, Jennifer Connelly is 54. Career Opportunities. It's about
Career Opportunities
about an hour
is a
and
good
10
movie,
minutes
actually.
Bill Nighy is 75. He played Davy Jones in Pirates of the Caribbean, and he was also Billy Mack in Love Actually.
Oh yeah,
Remember?
Yeah.
The washed-up pop star who was trying to get the Christmas #1 single.
Mm-hmm.
Dionne Warwick is having a birthday. She's known as a singer, as a psychic friend, and as Whitney Houston's cousin. Connie Francis. That's good to hear that Connie Francis is still with us.
Francis.
Oh, Connie Francis.
Where the boys are, someone waits for me. I'm singing exactly like Connie
Exactly.
Francis.
That sounded amazing.
87 years old today. 202 years ago in history, in 1822, Mexico was officially recognized as an independent nation by the United States. Well, I wish they recognized us as an independent nation because they just come and go as they please, right? And 125 years ago, in 1899, Dr. George Grant, an African-American dentist from Boston, patented the golf tee. Do you know what golfers would use to tee the ball up?
Like a little mound of earth.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
How do you know that, Alberto? That's really smart.
I've seen there's like this lady that still does it.
She still
used
does
to,
it?
They used to sell these things where you would mold a little bit of dirt into a
Kind of like a tee,
I
yeah.
guess. But the golf tee was patented. And let's go back to National Ding-a-Ling Day. Did you know that Chuck Berry, who kind of invented rock and roll in a lot of important ways, they call Elvis the king, but Chuck Berry's the godfather of rock.
Yeah.
He only had one #1 hit, one #1 single in his life.
Johnny Be Good?
No, none of the ones you would expect. Roll Over Beethoven, Sweet Little 16, none of those went to #1 until a novelty song that he did in the 70s called My Ding-a-Ling. Here is a recording of Chuck Berry singing his biggest hit to the delight of the crowd at Oxford University, okay?
I can't wait.
All right.
We got to do our alma mater. We must do our alma mater. When I was a little bitty boy, my grandmother bought me a cute little toy. Silver bells hanging on a string. She told me it was my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh. My beautiful, beautiful. And then Mama took me to grammar school, but I stopped off in the vestibule. Every time that bell would ring, catch me playing with my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh. Ding-a-ling. beautiful. You know what I heard? I hear two girls over here singing in harmony. That's all right, honey. This is a free country. Live like you want to live, baby. Yeah. Ain't nobody gonna knock it, darling. Yeah, freedom. Yes, sir. There's one guy right over here singing mine, too. That's all right, brother. Yes, sir. You got a right, baby. Ain't nobody gonna bother you. Tell you. Once I was climbing the garden wall, I slipped and had a terrible.
I love how he says terrible.
I fell so hard I heard bells ring, but held on to my ding-a-ling. You know that's future Parliament out there singing.
All right, let's take a break. It's Ding-a-ling Day. Happy Ding-a-ling Day, everybody. We'll come back, and we've got the Hollywood Cheesemate with Joanna Barba on the way right after this.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5.
I'm Sully Flores, Operations Manager, and this is how we're transforming the energy landscape. See how at epelectric.com.
We're back. Buzz is back.
Hey, right on, Buzz.
Buzz in the Morning Show, 95.5 The Q.
All right, Joanna's got your Hollywood Cheesemate. Ready to serve that up in just a moment.
Serving the cheese. At least you're not cutting the cheese.
Joanna was telling me about a movie, a stupid movie that she started watching, and now
So stupid.
she's
I'm invested.
you're invested in it.
And I can't wait to finish this dumb movie.
I saw the trailer for it.
You did?
Yeah. It's Megan Fox, and she's playing like a lifelike android.
Oh, what is it called?
Subservience.
Subservience.
And it's so stupid. She's like the robot maid. She's like the Rosie of this Jetsons like future, I guess. But the husband, so the wife of the husband is in the hospital. She needs a heart transplant.
Oh my God.
And she is hospital bound until she gets it.
So
and
he buys the robot to help
around the house because he's taking care of like a 5-year-old daughter and a little baby. He needs help.
And he starts having sex with it?
He totally.
Of course he does.
He bangs.
Okay.
It looks
It's played
like
by Megan Fox.
This is the real question that needs to be asked. If you were given the option of being given just one robot, and you could either have it clean for you and cook for you,
or banging,
or you could have sex with it,
cooking and cleaning.
Wow.
You'd be okay not banging.
Okay,
it.
no cooking, just cleaning.
Cleaning. I
Just
still
cleaning?
go with that.
What about you, Joanna?
Okay, so I'm watching the trailer, and
she
I'm
already has hers.
Why would they
A
make?
battery operated boyfriend?
Yeah.
Why would they make an android that looks like Megan Fox?
They look so
and
lifelike.
not bang it?
Right?
You wouldn't make something that looks like that and not want to bang it.
Did he buy that model?
He did buy that model. You get to choose one, and then the wife goes, I thought you were going to get like an old-timey butler.
She looks really hot. in
He's
this.
all like,
Nah, they
oh,
just went out
your
front.
daughter chose that robot.
I'm sure she
And the
did.
wife is all like, I know your type.
Like they're showing her abs in this, and it look like she.
I don't know. At one point, like she gets cut and he walks in and she's like wearing lingerie. And I'm all, what does this robot need to be wearing lingerie
Now,
for?
did that come with the model? Or
Right.
did you have to
The
buy
daughter
that?
asked for that.
The daughter was
Hey,
like, that's extra.
So who plays is the wife named Maggie?
The wife is, yes, Maggie. And the wife is Gracie from The Nanny.
The nanny, Madeline
When I saw it,
Zima.
I was like, oh my God, Gracie.
From the nanny.
From The Nanny. She plays the wife that needs the heart.
She's the youngest.
Those are grounds for divorce. If you get a lifelike android and it looks like Megan Fox and you're a married man,
I'd be so
grounds
mad.
for divorce.
I'm like over here with needing a heart transplant and you're over there banging Megan Fox? What the hell?
I mean, it's understandable.
It's Megan Fox. That's like my number one lady crush right there.
Really?
Megan Fox.
Well,
I like brunettes.
You and I like the same thing.
She comes
I
first
guess
only. And then the second lady crush I have is this FedEx worker on my block.
Oh my God.
I don't know why I've got a
She
crush
lives on your
her.
block or
No,
she delivers?
delivers on my block.
Uh-huh.
And she's this tiny little thing that carries all these boxes, and I am just in awe of her.
Uh-huh. Have you ever said hi to her?
No, but one time, like, she delivered some weights that my nephew had ordered. And you know how my house has like a porch? You have to go upstairs. She delivered it all the way to the front
there?
door. And so I was like,
I kind of got a crush on her now.
And then I went out. I was like, hey, if that chick could do it, I could do it. I could not. So I don't know how she even got.
And she's a little tiny
she's
thing.
a little tiny
I hope
thing.
she's listening right now or somebody.
I know. If I could, I would say, like, if you're delivering on this street, I'm in love with you.
Leave me a Valentine.
I'm going to leave her treats because I think she's working so hard, and she just delivers on my block.
As far as your number one lady crush, Megan Fox, she's single. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly have broken up again.
Well,
and love is
and
dead.
she's got a baby on the way.
I don't-
too.
Baby on the way.
I don't believe anytime they say they break up.
This is like the third time
Third or
they're
fourth.
that toxic couple
Yep.
friend that you have that they're always breaking up, but you know they're going to get back together.
And once they get back together, they're mad at whoever took whose side.
Yeah, exactly. So
Even if you took
you
their
just have
side,
to
they're
be
mad
like,
at
look, I'm sorry you guys broke up.
Well, sources say that they were vacationing in Vail, Colorado over Thanksgiving. And the reason they broke up is because Megan saw something on Machine Gun Kelly's phone that she didn't like. So she left the vacation early, and reportedly they have not seen each other since. Last month, Megan Fox announced she was pregnant. The baby is due in March. And the name of the Megan Fox sex doll movie again is?
Subservience. Number 2 on Netflix right now. Number 2 in movies. You're telling me that the couple who wears a vial of blood around their neck did not last?
Oh, here you go.
You're still
Wait, they
playing the
wear a
ding-a-ling?
vial of blood around their
each
neck?
other's blood.
I thought Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton did that when they were married.
Yeah, they're not original.
Megan and Machine Gun Kelly are not original, you're saying.
Tell us more.
Well, it seems like something is giving you
what's
a
so
chuckle.
funny?
Someone
I like the
in
laugh.
the app chat. I'm so sorry. Is asking about the FedEx worker that I have a crush on. They're like, does the FedEx worker have a ponytail? Tiny thing, always blasting her music. Yes.
Yeah, that's her.
Oh my goodness.
Because you know how the FedEx ones, they don't have like doors. You can always hear her music blasted. And she's in the back of that FedEx truck just like boom, 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 delivering all these boxes and stuff.
What's she rocking out to?
Like rock music.
Yeah.
Like she's a rocker and a brunette, my type.
Okay.
Joanna, I don't know who you're talking about, but I think I know.
Derek had a question.
If you know
about-
her, she's amazing. Tell her I love her.
Derek, our favorite emailer, has
Love
a question
him.
about the Megan Fox Android movie.
Uh-huh.
Does the Megan Fox Android throw her hoo-ha in the dishwasher after she's done?
It's self-cleaning.
It's like an oven. All right, what's happening today in the Cheesemate, Joanna?
Austin Butler is set to star in Luca Guadagnino's new interpretation of the book American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis for Lionsgate. While there have been rumors that Jacob Elordi was being eyed to play Patrick Bateman, the casting didn't come to pass. Funny, Elordi and Butler have something in common. They both played very different versions of Elvis in movies by Sofia Coppola and Baz Luhrmann. The film will not be a direct remake of the 2000 film that starred Christian Bale, but they say instead it will be based on a new adaptation of Ellis's novel. Duolingo is teaming up with Netflix to help you work on your Korean ahead of the second season of Squid Game coming out. The collab...
Wait. Has that thing been Korean the whole time?
Yes, what did you think it was?
I thought it was Italian.
No, I thought it was Chinese or Japanese,
It's
I guess.
Korean.
All right.
The collaboration will feature 40 important words and phrases from the show that include "Let's play a game," "You've been eliminated," and trust no one. These phrases will be part of the regular Korean lessons you can take in the app. Duolingo reportedly saw a 40% jump in Korean learners thanks to Squid Game when it came out. As part of the collaboration, there's also a TikTok filter where players can try out their Korean language skills, with users having to pronounce phrases correctly to take out Squid Game players trying to survive a game of red light, green light.
Oh, when are they going to play Red Rover, send Joanna on over?
Right? I would dominate in that game. I would win. A fourth Meet the Parents film is in development at Universal Pictures with franchise stars Robert De Niro, Ben Stiller, Terry Polo, and Blythe Danner all in talks to return.
How about Dustin Hoffman and Barbara Streisand?
No word on whether the Fockers will be joining in as well.
I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
Somebody sent that. Did that happen today?
No, they sent it because they think that's how I milked the pigeons when I shot them.
You can't milk pigeons. They don't have nipples. Do they have nipples? No, right?
Not that I found.
No, I don't think they do.
They've got breasts.
Pigs have nipples, but I've never seen pig milk on a shelf anywhere. Not even at like a hippie farmer's market in Northern
That's a
California.
good question. Could you make pig cheese?
John Hamburg, who wrote the 3 prior films in the franchise, is penning Meet the Parents 4. There's no word on who's directing the movie, and plot details are being kept under wraps at present moment.
I'm not saying these were bad movies, but do we need another one?
You know what? I saw the first 2. I thought hilarious. I never saw the one with the children. Little Fockers.
What's that now?
Little
Fockers. Milking?
And then the wife's name is Pamela Martha Fokker. Funny movie.
Milking pigs can also be challenging because of their small teats.
That's why I don't date pigs either.
And sometimes unpleasant dispositions.
Like unpleasant on our part or the pig's
I think the
part?
pig's part.
The pig probably does not enjoy it the way a cow does.
Get off my small teats.
So has anybody ever made a dairy product out of pig milk?
Yes, pig milk cheese can have a concentrated, rich, and gamey flavor. Some people say it tastes chalky and salty, while others describe it as saltier and creamier than some other cheeses.
Imagine you're like, this milk tastes like bacon.
Give me it.
Pig cheese has got to be the most non-kosher food ever invented.
Hey, Steve.
Try some of this pig cheese. Why are we talking about milking pigs?
Oh, wow. A Dutch farmer made one of the first experimental pig cheeses that sold for $3,000 per kilogram.
You should find the video of how they made that,
kilogram is a
Nico.
lot, isn't it?
It's 2.2 pounds.
Oh, okay.
You should.
Don't know the metric system. I thought it was like 1,000.
Wow. You should look up that video, Nico. You know how you're all into cheese making videos?
I'm already on it.
Warm up those vocal cords because over 1,000 theaters around the world will begin defying gravity in a new way on Christmas Day as Wicked sing-along screenings begin. The movie, which stars Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba and Ariana Grande as Glinda, has been shattering box office records since its November 22nd release, already becoming the highest grossing adaptation. Oh, okay. I've never seen it. The additional screenings, the first to officially be marked as friendly for audience participation, will feature the lyrics projected on screen karaoke style. These showings will also include a special video introduction from Erivo and Grande. Meanwhile, for those who would prefer to leave the vocals to the award-winning professionals, standard screenings of Wicked will continue to be available. In El Paso, you can sing your heart out at several showings at Premier Cinemas at Bassett and at Cinemark Tinseltown.
I could be wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right.
Okay.
But I believe that I've heard it Cynthia Erivo.
Erivo.
That's what I believe I've heard, yeah.
It's Droideca.
Don't start that again. Well, the time has finally come. Pornhub's annual review is here to shine a light on everyone's dirty little secrets. The porn site's year in review has exposed what the most searched for movies and characters are
in
of
Texas,
2024.
any search does not turn up results.
It's zero.
You will get none here. It turns out that porn parodies of popular films were pretty popular. This year marks Pornhub's 11th edition of their year in review, where they break down the most searched categories and demographics to give people an idea of what is being watched on the site and by who. They've revealed which films and TV characters people are searching up, and with the most search for being
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. In second place came Star Wars, followed by Game of Thrones.
Harley Quinn is just one DC character.
Yeah.
Star Wars is just
a
one
whole
lump.
thing. Yeah, one lump. Anything Star
I just had
Wars.
a great idea for a porno parody.
Go on.
Game of Bones.
The Martha Stewart story. And you cast some really hot MILF, and then the stars are like Snoop.
And she's over there like, I'm going to milk this pig.
Yeah.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Probably a lot of superheroes are on the list, I
Of
would
course,
guess.
Harry Potter, Avatar, and Wonder Woman were also popular searches.
You could have the scene where Martha goes to prison, an old lady's prison.
And a shower scene.
Cinderella XXX.
Cinderella, S-I-N.
I'm naming porn parodies.
S-I-N, Cinderella.
Oh.
Hey.
XXX.
Some surprising contenders were the likes of Shrek, which was the 17th most searched for character of the year, and the Hulk, who was the 20th.
The Hulk.
The Hulk. On the website, they said, quote, overall, lots of men in tights dominating the list with many of the repeat characters we see year after year. For example, Deadpool and Wolverine, even though they both shared the spotlight and billboards of 2024, we think Deadpool would be happy to know that he came out on top of Wolverine.
Yeah, I bet he did. I bet those were game videos. Ew.
And appearing for the very first time on the list this year, Star Trek.
No.
Star Trek?
I've seen it. It's good.
Yeah.
It says it appeared for the very first time this year in its top searches.
The porn parody.
So they probably searched for it before, but this year it came out on top.
There's a character named Ohora.
In terms of video games, Fortnite continues to be a popular search, and this year was no different, as it was the most searched for video game on the site for 2024. And when it comes to video game characters, Lara Croft has continued to be a hugely popular character.
The Devil Wears Nada.
I've seen that one. That's
On
not
Her
that great.
Majesty's Secret Cervix.
Raiders of the
Write
Lost.
these down. Write these down.
Raiders of the Lost Ass. No?
No. Indiana Jones.
And the Temple of Poon.
Poon.
Write these down.
Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show, Glenn Garza and Daniel Paulus.
I'm happy this year. I want to be your jeweler.
Originating in El Paso for El Paso, the Buzz Adams Morning Show, 95.5 KLAQ.
Time magazine has named Donald Trump Person of the Year for winning the presidency a second time. Trump seems like the type of guy who would have one of those Time magazine mirrors where you go and look at it and it makes you look like whoever's looking in the mirror is the Time magazine Person of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
He seems like the type of guy who would have had one of those even before he won Time's Person of the Year. Nico, tell us about comedy this weekend, and we got a special guest in the studio today.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there is a lot of comedy going on this weekend.
Paul Rodriguez is in town, but only tonight through Saturday at the El Paso Comic Strip.
That's right. But on Sunday, we are going to have a very special presentation. It's going to be Chewy and Friends, hosted or sponsored, or Dustin Ibarra, is he going to be hosting it, or what's he going to do?
Dustin Ibarra is going to be the special guest. I am going to be hosting it.
Okay.
Anthony Perez, I'm going to be hosting it.
We got Anthony Perez, comedian, extraordinaire.
Hey, Anthony.
What's up,
Good
man?
to see you, man.
Yeah,
It's been like a year.
Anthony
You had a good year?
Great year, dude.
Yeah.
Great year. Very busy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anthony's one of my favorite comics in town, probably one of the best stand-up comics in town, who's not even from here. He's from Dallas, and he came to move back with his wife, who's from here.
My chick.
Yeah, his chick and his family.
I met my chick in Dallas. Dude, this is...
Wait, but where'd you go to high school?
In California, in San Fernando, California. You seen La Bamba?
I've seen what?
La Bamba?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I went to that high school. San Fernando High School, yeah. Matter of fact, I was going there when they filmed it, when they were filming La Bamba, yeah.
You were in La Bamba?
No.
He went to the high school where they filmed La Bamba.
I think George Lopez went there too, but yeah.
So Anthony, great stand-up, and he's going to be hosting this show called Chewy and Friends. Anthony's kind of gotten real popular on Instagram lately. He has a puppet dog that he's
going to be coming in. He's I'm just waiting for him.
You're just waiting for Chewy to show.
Oh, he's showing up today. Incredible.
He's taking his time. He's taking his time.
And he does like the history of cholos and lowriders and cars.
He's
and
a big car guy. He's El Paso's car expert.
Yep.
I know we have a couple shows out there about cars and
we sure do.
El Paso, but Chewy's the
But
expert.
Chewy hasn't been on one of those. But Chewy is going to be part of the show.
He's
on
actually
Sunday.
going to host it. I'm going to just open up
up for Chewy, really.
Yeah, and then Chewy's going to host it, and he's going to bring up a comics.
And it's going to be Anthony or Chewy and his friends, and I get to be one of the friends.
Oh, great. And Dustin Ibarra, who's a fantastic comic.
Yeah.
He's going to be in town.
He is going to be in town.
Just for this show. It's amazing, right? I'm able to pool.
Oh, yeah. You got some strong pull.
Chewy, you're able to pull. We got a few phone calls.
Yeah, cool.
If you want to take these.
I did want to bring up the Anthony, his wife. Buzz, I think you would find this very interesting.
You say wife, but he said chick. So what's
she's my wife chick, man. That's why I call my wife chick.
Wait,
chick.
You're married, right? Officially, yeah.
So wife, proper.
She went to like they have two kids. They're like 10 and 11. It's like you can't get out of it now, bro.
I'm in deep.
His wife went to puppeteering school.
What?
Yeah.
No, she didn't. She just grew up doing it, man.
I
She
grew
just
up doing it.
Yeah.
I was in the puppet ministry of my church
Dude.
when I was a kid, and I took it real.
Dude, well, that's what she
freaking
did, man.
serious.
She taught it. She didn't. She just learned it, and then she auditioned for
The
a company
people in
out
my
Dallas.
church would say that when they could tell which puppet I was controlling because it stole the show. Like I really had all the mannerisms
Right,
down.
okay, yeah,
a
dude.
lot of the lazy kids, their puppets just like
Right.
looking up at the sky, and their arm gets tired. My right arm never got tired.
Yeah. Well,
I'm good with both. Actually.
But you're right.
What's impressive about it though is Jim Henson's puppet company.
Yeah, I know.
She worked for the competitor.
Yeah. What would I know that from?
I don't know.
McGruff the crime dog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They actually made a.
I thought that was a guy in a suit, like a full size suit.
Dude, man, I got a funny story about that. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, I did some time, right?
Yeah, I
Right.
remember that.
Right. And
Anthony has the best stories. about this.
But it wasn't like like a really bad. It was like a bank robbery or something.
Yeah, he robbed
it wasn't a really bad bank robbery. It was
he robbed like 7 banks and got away. Like
I robbed 9 banks.
robbed 9
Get
banks.
it right.
And then
Did you ever have one of those dye packs blow up on you?
I had a smoke pack blow up on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was so funny. I walked out the bank, dude, and I had a big ass wad, right? Cash. Well, what I thought was cash. I was like, oh my God, this is like my biggest score yet. Right.
and it starts smoking.
Well, it got hot first. It got really hot. Yeah, I'm like, oh, man, this thing's burning up. And then poof, it just went off. Man, red smoke.
And did they
just
catch you?
No.
You got away even after the smoke went
He
off?
never got caught for any of the robberies. He was turned in by his partner.
Yeah.
Cut a deal?
The betrayal.
No, he didn't cut a deal. He just, you said too much. And it's like,
Oh,
man,
he
yeah,
loose lips sink ships,
yeah,
right?
exactly. So he says too much, and we all go down. It's like, oh, whatever. Put it back to the smoke bank.
Back to the
Well, I didn't
lecture
get
at
caught
hand.
with that because it blew up before I got in the car, right? And so I'm like, oh shoot, right? So I take off, right? And I get on the freeway, but then I could see in the distance this big old red smoke just going off as I'm just speeding away.
And were you like, what's going on over there?
Now,
Went that way, officer.
Your bank robbing career, did that happen in Texas or in California?
Oh man, I was international.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question.
There's California.
And I feel bad because when Anthony reminds me that he did time for Robin Banks.
No, he did his time, by the way.
I have so many questions. You know, there are some crimes that people, they don't take kindly to it. So if it's a sex crime, especially if it's a crime involving a child, they're like, I think bank robbers probably get a lot of respect. Is that true or false?
It's like, that's cool, right? But I guess respect.
It's also like, you didn't do anything. You didn't kill somebody.
Right, yeah. I did it with a note. So once I tell them I did it with a note, they're like, oh, man, come on, man.
No gun or anything?
No gun, nothing like that, no.
Did you tell them you had a gun?
Dude, I didn't
and
tell
is
them.
that a more serious
It's more,
crime?
they tack on more time. And one of the tellers said that I did. Right, and
said that you said
that I brandished one.
Oh, but you never brandished.
No, not at all. Right, so I got like 2 more years. Just for
that sucks.
Yeah.
How much time did you do altogether?
5 years, 4 months, and
you did the whole stretch?
Yeah, but federal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's like, man, that's like states like, oh man, state, well, that's harder. Feds like, hey man, I played ping pong, took yoga classes, taught an art class.
I love it.
Played some tennis, probably.
There was a tennis court.
Nice, but
there was. Yeah, but I didn't play tennis.
Hey, I don't know when you were in, but I hear now like prisoners, they punish them by taking away their iPads. They give iPads and internet access.
Yeah.
To
no, see, that's crazy. Yeah, no, it was way before.
And
man.
this is coming from a former con. You think it's crazy, right?
Yeah, dude.
God,
he doesn't like to go by that, but yeah.
No. I'm curious about
one of my favorite stories from Anthony is that he was in jail during Y2K. And how him and the other prisoners thought they were about to get their big breakout.
Like at midnight, all the doors were just
we're just anarchy. Bro, leave me alone. We can go now.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing happened. No, yeah, we're all just like waiting. Like, oh man,
just wait for those doors to swing open all at once dramatically.
So, anyways, Sunday we got a show. You can get all the ticketing information at LaughTonight.com or ElPasoComicStrip.com.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good show, man. Yeah.
And where? And it's at the comic strip.
At the comic strip.
Perfect.
Several, if not most, of Elvis Presley's songs were cover songs.
Okay, so the caller's right. Did we mention Elvis? Yeah, I think you talked about.
Yes, because Austin Butler
played
and
Elvis,
Jacob
and
Elordi.
Jacob Elordi played Elvis. Right. True. You'll find his name credited on some songs, but he didn't write those. What he did was he arranged them. So, when you hear Hound Dog was an old blues song, but the Elvis version, he arranged it. But that was also the norm. Before, like the Beatles and Bob Dylan, you had songwriters and then you had people that recorded the song. And Elvis was one of the people that recorded the song. It was not normal. In fact, when the Beatles put out their first 2 albums, they only let them put a limited number of songs they had written because that was the way you did things. Somebody wrote the songs.
We don't want your new stuff.
A dozen or 2 dozen different artists would record the song. So it wasn't out of the ordinary, but that is true. Elvis didn't write. And even the songs he's credited on, he didn't really write them. But it doesn't take anything away.
I got pretty bummed out when I heard that Led Zeppelin
Man, we were talking about that earlier this week. There are some, this old blues song, it's like, how did these guys think they could just re-record a song written by some blues artist and nobody was going to notice?
And he didn't, I guess the guy who actually wrote the song, I think it was Dazed and Confused. It wasn't until way later, about 10, 20 years ago that he found out. Bummer.
Yeah, I'm calling to comment on the CEO shooting. Definitely a murder.
You heard about that?
Yeah.
You heard about the CEO shooting? Yeah. Okay.
Definitely a murder is a murder. It's a crime. It's punishable according to the law. And the individual that did it is now under arrest and will undergo that process. Pretty straightforward. Now, CEOs for insurance companies essentially direct the operations of those companies. They put out guidance that says to the corporation, these are the actions you will take when you're dealing with insurance claims. And this guy, apparently, and there's evidence to this effect, directed that they pretty much automatically reject insurance claims.
I can tell you, it certainly seems that way. at times that it's like, well, we reject it. It's happened so often.
I would just like to point out that these gigantic corporations, conglomerates, have analysts and tons of other people. And while the CEO might have
algorithms.
but while the CEO might have some direction, there's like a board of approval. So not one person makes all those decisions. And to kill that one person thinking you're going to change anything.
I'm going to play the rest of the call, but then I got to tell you what Bill Burr said this week on his Monday morning podcast. But let me finish this call. We'll come back more with Anthony. I think we'll bring Chewy on the show.
Yeah,
he showed up finally? Okay, good.
That were complex. So, that's a given. And that's coming from a CEO, and they're directing the operations. So this expectation that CEOs are above all this is a bunch of BS. They are direct line, and they are the guys that direct the entire operations. Let's not kid ourselves about that.
Yeah, I don't think they are the ones that come up with all the policies. I think there's analysts, like I said, a board. At the end of the day, they approve it, sure.
There have been posters popping up in New York, and the authorities are concerned about it, with pictures of healthcare CEOs and information about them, and kind of like wanted posters that are popping up. The police are taking them down as quick as they pop up.
Wow.
Yeah. Bill Burr talked about this. He says the lack of empathy over the CEO shooting cuts both ways. So I'll share that with you. We're going to meet Chewy in just a few minutes. Anthony Perez is here. His friend Chewy just showed up.
Woo!
So more of the Buzz Adams Morning Show's on the way right after this.
Hey, it's Chuck, your host for Loudwire Nights. Tonight at 7, we will rock the borderland with the best rock ever made and the best rock being made. Special guests, birthday and anniversary celebrations, and every night at 10...
I'm Sully Flores, manager, and this is how we're transforming the energy landscape. See how at epelectric.com.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
All right, Nico, before Chewy comes on, I got a couple more calls.
All right.
Thought I'd run these by you. And don't forget the show on Sunday at the Comic Strip.
Sunday at the Comic Strip, ElPasoComicStrip.com, LaughTonight.com. Do it. Show up.
And Paul Rodriguez, who really is a groundbreaking comedian, and you can see him do stand-up live this weekend, starting tonight at the Comic Strip.
Latin King of Comedy. The Latin King of Comedy.
First Latino, I want to get this right, first Latino to star in a network sitcom. AKA Pablo. Somebody flipped you off there, man. I mean, they flipped your microphone. They didn't flip you off.
Is it back on?
Yeah, it is. So Paul Rodriguez is going to be in town, and then Sunday, Chewy and Friends.
I like that Nico thinks that he knows what CEOs do because he was an ambulance driver. Good job, Nico. You know everything.
No, I don't know everything. I know common sense. If you think the CEO of a multi-conglomerate company
is personally
directing, rubber stamping, and saying, you know what, we really need to screw all of these people, I don't necessarily think that's how the conversations go. I think it requires a lot more people and input than one person.
I think there might be something in, hey, our policy is you deny coverage at least once. Probably 90% of people give up. Oh, they said they weren't going to pay out. I have in the past. I shouldn't have.
Hey, Mosho, this is the one and only. I just want to comment on that CEO shooting. I know you're getting a bunch of calls, but I'll keep it short and straight and simple to the point. People are just angry, and they're angry on both sides. You can't really justify the injustices of, the health insurance in our country. I mean, come on, it's kind of crap. But you can't kill a person. I understand that. But let's not forget this guy. Well, you can't say this guy, but I guess the company that he was working for was using an AI algorithm that was 90% defective. Okay, and it was, they kept on denying claims for people who were, maybe I'm over-exaggerating, close to dying. and it was elderly patients. It's just immoral, and let's just face it. You know, all these companies and big corporations have been doing nothing but immoral things. You know, it's so unjustified. So people are angry. And this guy went to the extreme. But anyways, I don't know what you guys want to comment on that. Love the show. Catch you all later.
I told you I was going to tell you something that Bill Burr said in his Monday morning podcast. He went viral. He was mocking the media coverage over the shooting of this healthcare CEO. He suggested that based on the various lawsuits and accusations of financial crimes that Thompson, the CEO, faced shortly before his death, that the CEO may not have been the great guy that CNN and Fox News are making him out to be. And to the point, Nico, he said the shooting should just be viewed as an ordinary run-of-the-mill New York mob hit.
Mm-hmm.
Burr also lambasted rich and powerful who chide Americans for their lack of empathy regarding Thompson's demise, as if Thompson's empathy ever extended to the American people. Here's what Bill Burr said on Monday. You know what's annoying me about this kid who killed the CEO? Quote, none of these news programs are talking about how the incredible lack of empathy from the general public about this is because of how these insurance treat people when they're at their most vulnerable, after we've all given them our money every bleeping month, and now we need it, and all you do is deny us. I think that is a common perception.
Yeah.
And it's a perception that's not completely wrong.
But also, it's not new. Does that make sense too? These are policies that have been going on for years. Insurance CEOs have been telling their
also a lot of times
adjusters
people are required to have insurance. That's another thing.
But they CEOs have been telling their analysts and things like that. Deny as much as you can for this. We don't want to cover these things. It's expensive to cover these things. I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying that is wrong. Our healthcare system is broken. But to just wake up today and realize, you know what, these guys are bad. It feels disingenuous.
All right.
There's stuff that they don't cover that people that, not that they can't afford it, but they just like they don't believe it.
All right, it's true story.
Well, no, and Anthony knows this because Anthony and his family, they had to go through the healthcare industry and stuff, and I'm sure you've had to navigate all that.
My kid
yourself.
has it, or he has PANS Panda. If you don't know what it is, look it up. And then for a long time, it's a man. I wish my chick was here to explain it.
Yeah, he's like, I can't explain this that well.
Well, it has to do with your immune system and how it affects, your.
Okay. But you had to go to a lot of doctors and stuff, right?
Yeah, and then the insurance won't cover it. So we would, my wife, she's researched it, does a lot of the holistic stuff and the supplements, and it works if you like really study it, you really get into it, you really try and find an answer. Which she's awesome, man. She's just relentless at trying to help our kid. She's done a good
but
job.
Ideally, I think I'd rather have the medicine, ideally, the professional care.
Well, yes and no. I mean, because if all they're going to do is pump medicine into you, then you're just going to make it. All they're doing is putting a Band-Aid on it, right? When some of these, these other sources are just trying to get to the root of it, And she figured that out, and he's gotten better. But it might not be crazy expensive. They just don't believe it. But now Texas is coming around where they do, the
insurance is covering it,
or they're. Something like that. They're figuring it out.
We got about 5 minutes we could spend with Chewy, so let me open the door here, and Chewy, come on in. Hey, there you go.
Hey, what's up, Buzz? Nico, Joanna, what's up, guys?
Hey, Chewy. Chewy is wearing a flannel shirt with only the top button buttoned. Looking good today, Chewy.
Thank you. You yourself, too, man. Buzz.
Okay,
thanks. You look great.
I don't know if this is acceptable in the canine community, but I just kind of want to speculate on your ethnicity or origin. You look maybe like a mixed breed, possibly Irish setter in there. You look like you could be related to Rolf the dog from the Muppet Show.
I get that all the time, man. But like if Rolf was Mexican or a Cholo or something like that, yeah.
So you're a Cholo dog.
I was born like that, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Half Cholo, half Chihuahua, half Rolf.
Now, you're going to be hosting the live comedy show this Sunday at the Comic Strip? Wow.
Yeah, the first show of its kind, man, and I'm going to be hosting it. I'm going to be bringing up comics, man. It'd be a first-time event at the Comic Strip, man, so you got to check it out, man. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be good comics, and my special guest, Dustin Ibarra, man. I can't believe I got him to come down here, man. That dude's all right, man. I've slept with that guy in the car one time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Tell us about being a Cholo dog. What's that like? What are your experiences as a Cholo dog?
What are your favorite cars?
Oh, man, lowriders.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you're a car dog. You love cars.
Well, I was born in a car, bro.
Yeah? Do you like sticking your head out the window if the window's rolled down?
Man, I'll stick anything out the window, bro. I like working on the old cars mainly, man. Like the new cars, they got way too much technologies, man.
Yeah,
So I just like
a lot
the
of
old
computer
cars.
stuff in
Too
those
much
new
computer
cars.
stuff,
That's
like
right.
heated seats, man. You ever been in a car that had heated seats?
I have, yeah.
Oh my god! And you didn't know they were on?
You think that something's
Yeah,
going
like what's
wrong?
up with my butt? It's all sweaty, man. It's getting hot down there. I'll stick my butt out the window, man.
I will say it's getting cool enough at night that those heated seats are pretty nice if you got them in the morning.
Put the zipper down. Put the AC full blast. Stick my nalgas out the window. Like a
Other than cars, do you have any other interest or hobbies?
man, I like well, girl dogs.
Yeah.
Another word. I was gonna say another word, but
I think it's an acceptable word when you're talking about canines, right? Bitches. I think it's okay. No, I think that's accurate, right?
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing you. You're gonna introduce the comics. You're also gonna work the crowd any? Do you do any crowd work?
I'm gonna do my own stand-up bit too, man. It'll be my first time doing stand-up, man.
You've never done stand-up?
No, never, man. I've never been on stage, man. I've just been in the shop and in the backyard doing my thing, man. You know, I live in Horizon, dude, man, where they just opened up an Albertsons out there, man. So
big Albertsons.
Oh my God, man! I got up at like 4 a.m. to get like the $100 gift certificate, man.
I don't think they have Petco out there though.
No, they got a pet barn though, man.
Yeah, the people were in line for the opening of an Albertsons overnight, like it's Black Friday circa 1997.
Groceries are expensive.
Man, Mexicans love a grand opening of anything, man. They'll just camp out all the time.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing your stand-up comedy debut this Sunday at the El Paso Comic Strip.
7:30. Make sure you guys get there, man. I mean, you can buy some tickets, tell your friends. We'll see you there, man. It's gonna be a good show.
All right, thanks very much, Chewy. Let's take a break.
Guys.
Coming
See
up.
you guys.
See you, Chewy. There goes Chewy the dog. Loves working on cars. Loves bitches. Joanna, after a short pause, news headlines are coming up.
If you got dumped yesterday, you're not alone.
What?
I'll let you know why December 11th is the biggest day for breakups. Next in news.
Hello, Megan Kelly.
Music news,
Megan Fox,
updates,
Megan
song
Kelly.
and album factoids, and of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock.
All phone in Mexico, like in the countries, one network. Only with AT&T. Visit att.com/one network for details.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station.
Good morning. It's nice to see you all again.
Oh, my. Here we go. Thanks to Alberto being in the control studio. We have Joanne in here. That means Joanna's doing the news.
So happy.
And time.
I am so happy.
Yesterday, Nico went on and on. He rhapsodized about how happy he is when you do the
When
news.
he
and
doesn't have to
Yeah,
do
because I get to comment, and I never liked doing the news.
I like that you guys get to comment.
Yeah.
I just report
You might
it
just
and
get
you
through
guys-
one story, though.
Yeah, that's fun. That's a funny
that's part of it.
Yeah. Well, good morning. FBI Director Christopher Wray will resign at the end of the Biden administration, the agency said on Wednesday, as it became clear that he would be forced out by President-elect Donald Trump. Buzz, can you play the clip of where he's making his announcement?
Sure. This is FBI Director Christopher Wray making the announcement.
After weeks of careful thought, I've decided the right thing for the Bureau is for me to serve until the end of the current administration in January and then step down.
So Trump has been very clear that he'll fire Christopher Wray.
Well,
he thinks he's doing a lousy job. He thinks he's part of the deep state. They really need to
Do you
find
know
out
who hired Christopher Wray?
who was the guy who
We gotta
appointed him in
find
the
the
first
idiot
place.
who
Right. Who was
appointed
that
him.
idiot?
Oh, it was Donald Trump.
It's like a Scooby-Doo. He unmasked
Christopher
himself.
Wray politically is a Republican, registered Republican. His predecessor, James Comey, Republican. But Both of those men were appointed by Trump. It almost seems like Trump gets his pick, he picks who it is, and then the people find out about the crimes and do their job, and Trump doesn't like it.
Oh, yeah. He's like, you're not supposed to call me out on that.
Again, Trump sees it as, you're the FBI director. You're basically my instrument to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Your job is not to investigate me when I do crime.
Well, either way, now President-elect Donald Trump is going to get his picks. He already announced he'll nominate Kash Patel as the new FBI director.
And in a Truth Social post, Trump celebrated Ray's decision to resign.
Find out who the idiot was that gave him the job in the first place.
Calling it a great day for America. When Trump first chose Ray to lead the FBI in 2017, the two were on good terms. But the relationship soured as Ray oversaw an FBI that investigated Trump, resulting in two separate federal cases against the former president. Trump was also enraged with the FBI for, among other things, carrying out the lawful search of his Mar-a-Lago resort in 2022.
Yeah, I mean, they had a judge's order to carry it out and everything. He just...
Right.
If you don't like being on the radar of law enforcement, don't commit crimes.
Mm-hmm. The 3D printed gun that CEO killing suspect Luigi Mangione had when he was arrested this week in Pennsylvania match 3 shell casings found at the crime scene in Manhattan, police have said. The shell casings had the words delay, deny, and depose written across them, one word per bullet. Police.
What were they etched on there? How do you write on a shell casing?
That is
I'm trying to
good
picture
question.
Like,
if anyone out there, let us know.
Like some kind of laser engraving or something? How would you even do that?
That's what I'm picturing.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's
like
how
when
I
you go to
it.
PetSmart and get a tag for your dog's collar.
And they just have a little laser
engraver.
thing. Yeah. Police have been looking into whether those words, which match the title of a 2010 book critiquing the insurance industry, may point to a motive in the killing of the United Healthcare CEO. Mangione's fingerprints also match those investigators found on items near the scene of the December 4th murder.
I only have one bit of audio. We've had more about this story, but...
What murder?
What murder?
This is as the United Healthcare shooter Luigi Mangione was being transported by police. There were a lot of reporters and other people watching and trying to get his attention by calling his name.
What's happening, Luigi? What's going on, Luigi? Luigi, it's me, Mario.
Hey, Luigi, it's me.
Mario.
What reality are we living in? Seriously.
Yeah, we got sucked into a black hole. It is completely upended reality. I'm convinced that we are in some kind of alternate
Maybe the world really did end in 2012.
Yeah.
This is
hell.
This is hell. Mangioni's lawyer told CNN on Wednesday that he wants to examine the evidence police say they have against his client to assess their truthfulness and accuracy. Weeks of mysterious drone sightings across New Jersey are prompting heightened security concerns and mounting frustrations from residents, military personnel, and federal, state, and local officials. Law enforcement has not identified the origin or landing sites of the drones, but emphasized there is no threat to public safety.
You don't know what it is.
You
How
don't
do you
know what it is.
Unless they know more and they're not telling.
No, they're saying things like, we don't know what it is, but we know that it's probably not bad.
Do you want to hear some audio on this?
That doesn't assure
Oh, we're talking about the drones?
Yeah.
The drones,
They
yeah.
had some hearings up in Washington. First of all, Pentagon Deputy Press Secretary Sabrina Singh says that, really not anything to worry about.
At this time, we have no evidence that these activities are coming from a foreign entity or the work of an adversary. We're going to continue to monitor what is happening, but, at no point were our installations threatened. These are not U.S. military drones. Again, this is being investigated by local law enforcement. What our initial assessment here is that these are not drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary.
All right, there's a guy named Jeff Van Drew who claims that he has it from impeccable sources that those drones are from Iran and that there's an Iranian ship off the eastern seaboard. Yeah.
Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones. That mothership is off. I'm going to tell you the deal. It's off the east coast of the United States of America. They've launched drones. It's everything that we can see or hear. And again, these are from high sources. I don't say this lightly.
All right.
From high sources. I'm not going to tell you who.
Mothership.
But they are. Also, yeah.
This is the Pentagon spokesperson addressing those.
There is not any truth to that. There is no Iranian ship off the coast of the United States, and there's no so-called mothership launching drones towards the United States.
Do you see what a weird world we live in, where some guy could, with a straight face, say all those things, and now the public is forced to be like, well, who do we believe?
You're telling me we can't just shoot them?
Also, can I be in the mothership? Can we all go to the mothership?
One of the New Jersey officials that was in on the meetings, a Homeland Security briefing on these unidentified drones over New Jersey is Brian Bergen, and he walked out.
Why?
Well, he'll explain.
I walked out because it was worthless. It was the biggest amateur hour presentation I've ever seen about anything, okay? It was ridiculous. There were no answers. Every question that was asked by a member of the state legislature, great questions, no answers, no resolution. They don't know where the drones are coming from. They don't know who's doing it. They don't know why they're doing it, but they say there's no credible threat. It was annoying to be there.
Yeah, he's kind of right.
Annoying me. Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah.
We don't know what they are, but we don't think they're anything to worry.
But we have no idea
still don't know what they are.
Remember that balloon over Alaska a couple of years ago?
Yes. All I'm thinking is Bo and Yang.
Yeah.
As the Chinese balloon.
Oh, was that it?
No.
But
This
that's
was
what
the
I'm
balloon,
thinking.
So a lot of people in the tri-state area are wondering, well, can I shoot one of these things down if I have a clear shot?
This is America. You're telling me we can't just shoot them?
Well, it's New Jersey. It ain't Texas, because in Texas,
good
somebody would have
point.
taken a pot shot at this thing right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, have you seen the drone guns?
There are guns that you can jam up the electronics, I guess, and bring the. Yeah, I've seen them.
Google drone guns for Joanna.
I will, but here is experts say no, you can't shoot them down because it would be a federal crime. Here is Representative Chris Smith, and we'll hear again from the Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh.
One of their 47-foot motor lifeboats was followed by between 12 and 30 of these drones.
Our initial assessment here is that these are not drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary.
Dang, look at that drone gun.
That is the Drone Gun Tactical, a highly effective countermeasure designed for long-range defeat. I guess defeating the drone.
Long range defeat. I'm sorry.
Let's see. What does it do? Nothing comes out of it except, I guess, something to jam the electronics.
Yeah, engage the range of jamming frequencies for the target.
All right.
Oh.
When disruption is triggered, drones will respond via vertical on-the-spot landing or return to its remote controller or starting point. So if you use one of these guns, it would disable the drone, but the drone might return
It'll
to...
still land to its...
I mean, now we're hearing the term mothership being thrown
to
around.
its mothership.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't shoot them with just like pellet guns or BB guns because I've been shooting
right.
stuff in Buzz's backyard.
Stop shooting things,
I don't know. Nobody said at what height are they flying, but I've seen some pictures. It looks like they're kind of out of the range of small arms
They're
fire.
up there, yeah. Mayor Michael Melham of Belleville Township said that the drones primarily operate at night, often displaying flashing lights, but that they turn off the lights and evade police helicopters when approached.
What?
Weird. What if it's just like some snot-nosed 14-year-old?
Or we find out that it's an elaborate and expensive gender reveal.
That's the one I'm going with. Meta said Wednesday that it is close to resolving a technical issue that is causing a widespread outage of its apps. If your Instagram was down yesterday, or your Facebook or your WhatsApp, you were not alone. WhatsApp and Instagram both confirmed outages via X, and they had to announce it through a different social media app. And thousands of users reportedly were unable to access Meta's apps. The outage lasted for more than 3 hours, but around 5:30, Meta posted that it was 99% of the way there to fully solving the issue.
Is it crazy of me to think that all of our problems are connect. Like Mike had our engineer Mike had an outage yesterday.
Because we had the outage here with our system, and then suddenly Facebook and Instagram were down. I thought, well, I'm just going to call it a day. I went home.
Yeah, just going to call it a day. Can't post today.
Can't do anything today. For the second time in just a few days, a joint task force led by the U.S. Marshals had a standoff with a wanted fugitive. After a SWAT standoff, a wanted fugitive was finally arrested Wednesday evening at an apartment complex behind Cielo Vista Mall. According to U.S. Marshals, the SWAT situation started when the Lone Star Fugitive Task Force tried to take into custody a fugitive wanted for a Texas parole violation.
This happened last night?
Yes, sir.
I thought you did this story yesterday.
That's why I said for the second time in just a few days.
The facts are so similar in both cases.
The fugitive reportedly barricaded themselves in an apartment at the complex located at the 7900 block of Viscount Boulevard, triggering a response from the El Paso Police Department's SWAT team.
Wait, this is different than the one you did yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Identical stories.
U.S. Marshals said that at one point during the negotiations, the fugitive climbed onto the roof of the apartment complex. It's unclear if the fugitive was trying to escape that way. Nonetheless, the suspect climbed down and was arrested shortly, but the identity of the fugitive was not released. El Paso police are looking for a man with an ice cream cone tattoo on his face, believed to have stolen a dozen vape pens from a Lower Valley gas station.
Whoa, hold on.
Yes.
A guy had an ice cream cone face tattoo, and he stole a bunch of vapes.
He stole a bunch of vapes, and as he ran away, you could hear, "Do-na-na-na-na-na-na-na."
What's that?
It's an ice cream truck.
Oh.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for vapes.
According to Crime Stoppers of El Paso, on November 3rd, the man allegedly walked into a...
What kind of cone? Waffle, sugar, regular?
That's a good question.
Oh, yeah. Where did he steal the vapes from?
From the convenience store, the DK convenience store at 5599 North Yarborough, and snatched 12 disposable vape pens from behind the clerk's counter, then fled towards Yucca Park, which is just across the street from the store. Crime Stoppers said the suspect appears to be 5'9", a Hispanic man with a medium complexion, weighing 200 pounds, and besides the ice cream tattoo on his face, authorities said he has other distinguishable ink, like an infinity tattoo on his forehead.
On his forehead?
Yes, so a lover of face tattoos, this man.
Iggy?
Iggy has no face tattoo.
He has a neck tattoo.
He does have one on his neck, but he doesn't have any face
No
tattoo.
face, nothing on the face, though. If you know this man or happen to know anything about the incident, you're encouraged to call Crime Stoppers of El Paso at 915-566-8477.
Oh, yeah, that's Ice Cream Rodriguez. I know him.
Tipsters will remain anonymous and could win a cash reward if their tip leads to an arrest, which brings me back to the McDonald's worker getting that reward money.
So
I don't think they're going to get that reward.
Hey, BGL Sherbert.
Listen to this. The NYPD is trying to worm out of the $10,000 they'd offered because...
No, it's $60,000.
No, $10,000 from NYPD, $50,000 from
Yes.
FBI. And the FBI...
It's two different
So
rewards.
Joanna has been following it and getting madder and madder
I
the more
get
she learns about
so
this.
mad thinking about it
So go
because
ahead.
the FBI is saying that they will give the reward money if it leads to an arrest and to
And
a conviction.
conviction.
So they might not see that $50,000 until there's a conviction. But the NYPD is saying they're not giving the money because the person who called it in didn't call into the tip line. They called 911 instead.
Oh,
Dude,
come on.
that's
Come on.
shady AF.
I can just see the person be like, well, what's the point of turning people in if I'm not going to get money?
Pissing me
NYPD
off.
had a $10,000 reward, but only if you called the specific number they
specific
were
tip
giving out
line.
for tips, not 911. We've all been taught since we were kids, you call 911 if you need the police.
I mean, shouldn't at the end of the day, the turning in of somebody be about like the public duty and service?
Exactly,
And
like,
not about the money.
Well, sure,
I
but
bet
if you're
that
going to
McDonald's
offer a
worker's like,
reward,
I should've
follow
shut
through
up.
on it. You know, people,
Money's nice.
I know. I'm just kidding. I know that's what it's about.
You got a couple more stories, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Let me take a quick break here, okay?
Okay.
And we'll be back with the rest of the news. You say yesterday was the biggest breakup day
Biggest
of the
breakup
year?
day of the year.
So that's why it happened.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Nico.
Here's your late night roundup from last night. Late night talk shows and monologues, funniest moments for you. Here we go.
With the annual wrap-up from Pornhub, which is the adult entertainment website. It revealed its top searches for the year, and it's all very interesting. They say the average amount of time men spend on their site is the same amount of time their wives at the grocery store, minus 8 seconds.
Speaking of the Postal Service, they're now warning Americans not to fall for package delivery text scams this holiday season. Yep, the Postal Service was like, don't be fooled by text messages because we're not even close to having that technology.
Google unveiled a new quantum computer that it claims can do tasks in minutes that would take a traditional supercomputer 10 septillion years to complete. Just something to think about while you're watching porn on it.
I'm Daniel Paulus, and whether you're wrapping up your workday on the
time connecting with talent.
Get even more savings this holiday season by becoming a Milo's Rewards member. Don't miss new member deals dropping every week, like $15 off a purchase of $50 or more on select Bounty, Charmin, and Puffs paper products. Plus, get free standard shipping with Silver Key status. Just one more way Lowe's is here to help you shop, save, and enjoy the holidays. Join for free today. Milo's Rewards program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change. Exclusions and more terms apply. Visit Lowe's.com/shipping terms for details.
Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, guess who this is? Buzz Adams and the KLAQ Morning Show.
You must be the greatest radio show host ever.
Buzz is back.
So I don't know if you've seen any of the images coming out of Syria. They're opening up some of the prisons. And people are going in there looking for their loved ones. There's also like a morgue, and people are going in there trying to find out if they're loved ones because a lot of people were jailed.
Well, and famously, Bashar al-Assad's regime committed atrocities and human rights violations to a lot of different people.
So one of the people that was found alive, and he looks okay, is a missing American named Travis Timmerman. He spent months locked up in a Syrian prison. He identified himself as missing Missouri resident Travis Timmerman, who said he was imprisoned after traveling to Syria for, quote, spiritual purposes.
What?
Timmerman, 29, said he had spent more than 6 months in a government prison when he was freed by rebel fighters armed with AK-47s as Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad's regime fell.
I'm sorry, you deserve to be in prison.
What?
If you go to Syria 6 months ago when Bashar al-Assad is still there, it's of course what do you think is going to happen to you?
They've been in a state of civil war for like 10 years.
Yeah, but what do you think is going to happen to you? Don't go to Syria. Nobody go to Syria right now.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, you played yourself on your spiritual journey.
Well, Timmerman said that he was detained 7 months ago after entering Syria without permission. So,
okay.
I mean,
yeah, of course you got caught and put in jail. It's like, dude, I couldn't believe it.
He had traveled from Europe.
I didn't do anything.
From Missouri, he's from Missouri, to Europe, to Lebanon for spiritual purposes. He described himself to NBC News as a religious pilgrim.
Okay, I know that in Syria there probably is some religious thing that you could go to. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Well, you know, it's
Syria.
It's a very ancient culture.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are plenty of religious traditions. I don't know what they are, but he was found by journalists walking barefoot in the town of Diabia outside the capital on Thursday. Apparently, he was walking to Jordan. Yeah, so anyway, the guy that they just found is American. He was there for what he describes as religious purposes.
I can't believe him. Don't go to Syria, anybody.
I wouldn't go to Israel either. And a lot of people go there for religious reasons.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Joanna, back to the news. What else do we have in today's?
Yes. Well, El Paso District Attorney Bill Hicks' office will once again be offering the Pick Your Ride program, where they will give you, where they will be giving out 100 Uber vouchers this weekend. The Pick Your Ride program will run from December 13th through the 15th. The DA's office will offer Uber vouchers to the first 100 people to use their code, which will be posted on their Facebook page.
Oh, is this to discourage drunk driving? Okay, cool. Yeah.
If you're ready for a sweet treat, today Krispy Kreme is bringing back its Day of the Dozens deal, where you can snag a dozen original glazed donuts for free with the purchase of any dozen at regular price. While you're there, you can check out their festive and Merry Grinchmas donut collection featuring colorful creations inspired by Dr. Seuss's holiday classic. And just an FYI, the freebie deal is drive-through or in-store only and capped at 2 per guest. So no app required for this one, Buzz.
Okay.
Amazing, right? And finally, it's supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year unless you're one of the poor souls who got dumped yesterday. But if you're nursing a wounded heart tonight...
You didn't get dumped?
I dumped him yesterday.
No.
We ended
He
it.
was at my house yesterday.
That's why he was shooting
He was
pigeons.
told to leave. but I wouldn't consider that
He
being
was
dumped.
escorted off the
Shut up. No, I
the
wasn't.
premises. If you're nursing a wounded heart, it may or may not help to know that you're not alone, because December 11th is also known as Breakup Day.
Okay, I kind of want to try and guess. Buzz, do you want to try and guess? Alberto, guess why December 11th would be breakup day?
I mean, Alberto, you go ahead and say mine is probably reveals a lot more about me than it does about anybody who took the survey.
I can't wait to hear.
You want to break up with somebody before Christmas so you don't have to buy
gift.
That's what I
Exactly.
think. You think that's what it
Yeah,
is?
but you're really bad at that. Remember that one time you and I had a bet, and I was like, I bet you won't break up with her by Valentine's Day. And then you kept just making up these excuses like, oh, Christmas is coming, New Year's, it's her birthday. And then one day I'm like, so you're going to break up with her before Valentine's Day? And he just gave me the money. He was like, here, you win the bet.
You win the bet. That's hilarious. I didn't know about this. Also, Buzz hates confrontation so much, he's just willing to do anything to make them break up with him.
I invented ghosting, I think.
It doesn't work
When
though
they
with
live
yours.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't ghost
You
somebody.
can't haunt your own home.
I just pretend they're like a ghost. Like, oh my God, who said that?
Any guesses as to why yesterday was
I
breakup
think
day?
I think don't have to give him a Christmas present. Also, maybe
Isn't this also what they call cuffing season?
Yeah.
Where people
We're in the middle. No, I think cuffing season. If you're not cuffed already, you're not gonna
It's
get
too
cuffed.
late to be
It's
cuffed?
too late to get cuffed. Man. December 11th is known as Breakup Day. The original research stems back to Facebook data, which discovered that the 11th was the most popular day for users to update their status to single. Some new stats reveal 3 out of 4 online daters have experienced holiday season heartbreak because it stems from pressure to invite partners
I was
to
going to say.
family
I
gatherings.
was just about to say family
Commit
stuff.
to something more serious or nail the perfect gift is among the top reasons that couples call it quits around Christmas time.
I think a lot of people are in relationships and they go,
They're like,
it's just easier to be in this than not do anything. I'll just wait. And then now is the pressure.
And now they're like, well, are you going to introduce me to your
To
family
parent?
for
Yeah,
Christmas?
yeah.
Are you going to get me a gift? If you get a gift, do I get you a candle
All
or
right,
some jewelry?
I guess I got to end it.
And you're like, no, it's got to end today.
Right now.
Sexologist Georgia Grace told Today that tensions are high this time of year and people are starting to reflect more on what they want. It's officially 2 weeks before Christmas and it's close enough that people are trying to make that decision, but it's not too close. And of course, it's that feeling that breaking up on Christmas Day would actually be worse than breaking up on December 11th. You don't want to break up with someone on Christmas. Buzz is like, I'll do it. No, you won't, as previous.
Hey, I have a
experience
story here
says.
about it's a political scandal that has to do with Spotify's Wrapped.
Uh-oh.
Are you bringing up a story in the middle of her news?
I think she's done.
Yeah, what's your news? I'm Joanna Barba. I'm done.
What is Wrapped?
Wrapped is on Spotify. It tracks everything you listen to all year. And at the end of the year, it tracks down, it tells you this is the artist you listen to the most.
Where's
this
my
year.
Wrapped?
You have to go to your home, I think.
Go to your home.
Go to your home. You just have my ding.
Nick.
It was
Well, I was playing my dingling earlier.
Press the little home.
Joanna, did you know
I don't see how.
Chuck Berry was vegan?
He was?
Yeah. He liked tossed salads.
Home, Buzz.
I don't know what you're saying.
There's a little home button.
See the little house?
I mean, it only vaguely looks like a house.
Go to your home, Paul.
Scroll down. Hey, where is Buzz's
There is a curse. There is a technology curse
No,
that a gypsy
it's
woman.
not.
Yes, no.
No.
Joanna's now convinced that there is.
I am so convinced he is cursed. It should have already said you're wrapped. Are you logged in? Click on your B.
Oh, yeah, go to your B. Your profile? So top tracks this month.
God.
Public playlist.
I mean, it's just stuff that I play.
Buzz Adams,
Yeah.
you are cursed.
So
Buzz doesn't
yesterday
have a
was the
wrap.
last day of open enrollment for insurance, and I had to do it by yesterday, so I set up a phone call.
Oh, my God. That was the funniest phone call to listen to, Joanna.
Who set up the phone call for you?
Well, we did when you helped me out with
No,
it
but
on-
remember, you didn't get that initial call.
Oh.
So some lady calls him. He puts it on speaker.
No,
He's outside.
no. I had set up a time. The time passes. Nobody's called me because I'm cursed when it comes to anything related to technology.
cursed.
So you should have heard him talking to this lady, and she's like, "So, what can I do for you?" And he's like,
"That's something you can tell me."
"Everything." Like, can you
Everything in this
I heard you
channel.
could walk me through everything, and she goes, "Okay, so let's start here." And then Buzz really questions her on like, "All right, I need to know specifically about your ambulance insurance."
Okay, let me explain a little.
good
Let me
question.
give a
I
little
didn't ask.
background on that. I was knocked unconscious in my bicycle accident, and I drove myself after I regained consciousness to the emergent. What's it called?
Urgent care.
Urgent care.
Upper Valley Urgent Care.
Yeah. So I drive there, which I probably shouldn't have done because I'd just been knocked out. And then I had taken my Lunesta, which is like Ambien, before the accident, so it started kicking in at the doctor's office. So I lost consciousness again, and I woke up in an ambulance. So I get billed for
my
the
God.
ambulance,
Well,
and it's $8,000.
You don't remember even getting in the ambulance.
Well, also, you're not talking about how like the ambulance had to backboard you. They had to put a cervical collar on. They had to start an IV line. They had to
guess
apply
so.
oxygen.
Like I say, I was out of it. Anyway,
I guess
so I
so.
asked her, and I found out, my insurance didn't have any coverage for ambulances at all. So the lady starts pitching me on accident coverage. I'm like, all right, well, let's hear it out. It takes about 10, 15 minutes to explain. And she goes, and it'll cover up to $450. I'm like, did you
No,
not just hear my
lady, I
story? It was
just told you.
$8,000. And she goes, well, it'll cover 450 of it. And then that's when Nico comes in and says, $450 is just the ride in the ambulance. And then he started naming all this other stuff that would goose it up to $8,000.
Yeah, there's a base rate. $450 just
That is shady as AF, too. Yeah, you'll be covered for the ambulance up to $450. But it doesn't
You're like,
include
can I get a thing where it's full coverage? You know what? I didn't even think to ask that because at one point I was like, tell me more about the pet insurance.
Did you really?
Yeah. He's all, it's on page 51.
So while Buzz is talking to her, I'm just shooting birds this whole time
with a BB gun, which is just horrible.
The dude that probably does need health insurance holding his hernia,
Oh my
shooting
God,
pigeons
I
in the
know.
back.
All right, so here's the.
I didn't get any, by the way. I didn't kill any for anybody this
It
morning.
wasn't for lack of
But I
trying.
can picture you just like shooting like this.
Okay, so this is a huge political scandal. It involves Spotify Rap.
Oh, yeah. How did we get here?
Congressman Josh Gottheimer of New Jersey posted a screenshot of his Spotify Wrapped on Friday. I guess that's a thing people do.
David in our app chat says, I saw something that if your Wrapped does not show up in your app, you might need to update the Spotify.
Oh, that's right. I did say that when I did the news.
Okay.
You did that in the news.
I did. You have to update it. Check your phone. Do you
I
have
don't
Spotify
care.
on your phone?
I honestly don't
I
care.
care.
I kind of want to know what
I
your
wanna know
what your Wrapped
everybody's
is.
Wrapped.
Okay, I'm telling you about this story.
Joanna
okay?
did a Wrapped for the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
I did, yeah.
This, again, New Jersey congressman, his Wrapped was all Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, wow.
His top 5 tracks were Thunder Road, Because of the Night, Glory Days, Badlands, and The Rising.
Well, and that's good for a New Jersey congressman. Be a fan of the boss from your state, right?
People who saw his post quickly figured out that it was all Photoshop.
Oh, man.
His Spotify Wrapped.
Shut up.
That's the lamest thing to fake.
I mean, it's real easy to do. I did it for the Buzz
you
Adams
faked it
Morning
for the
Show.
Buzz one, yeah.
Josh Gottheimer, the congressman, quickly went into damage control.
Are you
mode.
laughing at Gottheimer?
No, it's just stupid. Why did he do that?
He says, this would be my Spotify rap if I didn't share my account with my 12 and 15-year-old kids. While it's Springsteen all day for me, don't get me wrong, I still love listening to Taylor Swift. I don't trust politicians. This is just a minor example of how you can't trust a goddamn thing they say.
Not even can you be truthful with your Spotify Wrapped congressman. What's his name?
Congressman Gottheimer.
Yeah, okay, now it's
He
funny.
also
Gottheimer.
he also said in a post, to paraphrase the boss, I wasn't here for business, baby. I was only here for fun. This is still the quote. So just relax. This was a fun holiday tweet. It's a joke to question my Springsteen creds. Just ask my dog named Rosalita. Rosalita
Now I
was a
doubt
Springsteen's
that
dog.
there's a dog named Rosalita.
Right. Show me this dog.
The dog's name is frickin' Snowflake.
Show me some identifying papers that proves that its name is Rosalita.
We're going to find Buzz's Spotify.
Oh, thank you to the people in the app chat who are sharing their Spotify Wrapped.
Yes, share them with me. I care. People are like...
The KLAQ After Buzz comes up in their top podcast buzz.
See, I told you, Buzz, for a lot of them, it's either the on-demand or the after buzz.
Nice.
I'm experiencing a lot of emotions right now.
Yeah, really?
I think that's heartburn.
Maybe gas.
Pity. Hey, let's check out our TV tonight. There's a new holiday special.
QTV, is that entertainment?
Lord knows we need family now more than ever.
Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson are back. Wow. They've crashed weddings, and now they're decking the halls, spiking the punch, and dodging Secret Santa gift exchanges.
Is a one-night stand considered dating?
It's Christmas Party Crashers.
Motorboat? You play the motorboat?
Stop, please. Christmas Party Crashers. Rated R for reindeer games.
Come on, we're men, we're not pinatas.
While you're working away, we're working for you. Our job.
First purchase, love free. That's LUME deodorant.com, code 7777 to save 15% today.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
Let's get a look at El Paso weather. I got the good news, bad news of the week ready to go. It's Thursday already. So good news, bad news of the week on the way.
Nice. Hey, I have a weird breaking headline.
Yeah.
Elon Musk has now set the record with a $400 billion fortune as the richest person ever. The first person ever to reach $400 billion. That's almost $500 billion.
Richer than King Solomon, adjusted for inflation?
Or King Croesus?
Or King Midas?
Or King Midas. I don't think you could even spend...
also lose, like, $250 million after he bought Twitter?
He made it all back. Most of that's in stocks and stuff. I just don't know. Could you even could you spend that much money in a human lifetime?
The only mystery I got is why people keep trying to make more money after they got $1 billion. If I had $1 billion,
that's it. You're set.
You would never see me again.
I don't try to make money. I spend the rest of my life living large and giving it away. Right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I'd give you $1 million, Nico.
You would? Oh, nice, buddy. I'd give you $1 million.
But I'd give Joanna $2 million.
Well,
thanks.
I would also give
Alberto, I don't know, $100,000. He hasn't been on the show that long.
Alberto's like, you guys are getting money.
El Paso weather, cloudy, overcast, is going to stay pretty chilly today. 55 is all we're getting for the high temperature. No rain in the forecast, however. It is going to be overcast and cloudy, but they're not calling for any rain today. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. We're going to warm back up almost to 70 for Friday, 68 for the high temperature. Then Saturday and Sunday, as we get into the golfers' forecast for the weekend, Mid-60s for the high temperatures. Sunday, in fact, might get up in the upper 60s. No rain again, mostly sunny, and light winds. So that's verging on A-plus weather for golfers. The Golfers Forecast is brought to you by Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. You can set up all your tee times and reservations online at painteddunes.com. That's painteddunes.com, or call their pro shop. And that's 915-821-2122. We got a couple of calls, so let me go ahead and play a couple of these. We had some stragglers here. You know, some people listen to the show on demand, or they listen to the Buzz on demand, or the best of on the weekends, and they hear something we were talking about. Remember, we were talking about the Reddit question, when did you realize you were dating an idiot?
Yes.
We had a lot of great answers.
A ton.
Asked her.
Oh, I guess start it from the beginning.
Hi, I'm calling in for when did you know that you were dating an idiot? I was dating some guy, and he was like, I need to go to the hospital. I'm having some stomach issues. So we went, and the nurse was like, do you have, are you experiencing constipation or diarrhea? And then he asked her to repeat herself, and she's like, are you experiencing constipation or diarrhea? And he said, a little bit of both.
Nice.
And I didn't know what to say or do at that time, but that's when I knew. Hi, guys.
A little bit of both.
That's when I knew.
What do you mean both? Yeah, I've got a little constipation and diarrhea.
And that's when I knew.
Hey, excuse me. Oh, my God. Sorry about that. Hey, you guys, you know how, Buzz, you have issues? I have issues, too. Wanting to find
Hey, Buzz, you know how you have issues?
Me too.
we all do.
I have issues, too, wanting to find a movie, but you have to go search for it, and then it says it's on this platform, and then it won't play. It's a nightmare, dude. I finally figured a way out to watch any movie for $4. You got to rent it, right? Fandango. They have They have A Christmas Story, Home Alone. They have, and I'm just trying all these different titles that I know are spread out throughout the different media platforms, but they got it all on Fandango, dude.
I don't want to pay for it. I pay a monthly for Netflix, HBO Max, Paramount, Disney Plus. Anytime I want to look for a movie, you know.
Oh, no, you don't pay for Paramount. You're on my Paramount.
Oh, I'm on your Paramount. But anyway, I ought to be able to find what I'm looking for. There's a search function on the home screen, and I'll enter a movie. And sometimes it's a movie that I know I've even bought, and it hides it. It'll show you, well, you can buy or rent it from Amazon Prime for this amount, or you could get it for the Apple TV Plus for this amount. It hides where you can watch the show that you already are paying for, and that is the kind of thing that galls the hell out of me. You guys can't relate to that?
No, we know how to Google things.
So that's what I figured out. You just go online. Where is a
Have
Christmas
I not
Story?
been telling you this for years now?
Yeah.
I'm just calling out the business model that is, let's get these fools to pay for something that they've already got for free.
They're talking about.
I know. It's terrible.
Not us, who already know like what to do.
Search
and also
for ghost guns.
Also, Buzz, I don't know what you think about a TV. Vizio is a different thing than Samsung, which is a different thing.
Okay, but there's a homepage that shows all of my streaming services.
But they don't all use the same software.
It would be as easy as ABC for them to make it do that.
Somebody worked on that.
Also, something that I bought, some of the movies I watch over and over and over again, like Dazed and Confused, I bought.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
Well,
TV sure doesn't help.
You have to go to the service you bought it on.
Okay.
Where is it? Where'd you buy it?
Like, nobody goes to their TV homepage and goes, well, everything should be here.
It should. It would be so simple for them to do.
Different TVs.
They are
Different TVs have different ways for you to customize it
All right,
so that
well.
it does do that. But because you're already having technological issues. I don't.
And why would I want my competitors to have my technology? I wouldn't want my competitors to have my home screen and all my way of doing things.
I have finally convinced Joanna that I am literally cursed when
You
it comes
are-
to technology. Stuff that works fine for everybody else doesn't work for me.
Ever since that day we couldn't get you into that email,
Joanna,
Nico, it was such a hassle.
do you know what little kids do when you ask them to do something and then they just do it really bad? And then they
Weaponized incompetence.
weaponized incompetence where they do something real
No,
bad.
she was here step by step. She saw it happen. She saw the curse
No, yeah,
in
that
effect.
was a weird thing because I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do that thing I do with the kids. Just move out of my way. I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then I went to do it, and it screwed up so much. It took us a good 15 minutes before we could finally
cursed.
get him in.
He's cursed then.
We had to call the engineer, and our engineer was like, is it working? And we're all, yeah. And he's like, don't touch it anymore.
Here is Stoner Guy. Stoner Guy, I've heard from a lot of people who went and checked the your family's restaurant's website to see you singing Feliz Navidad.
Oh, nice, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. What's up?
Hey.
It really puts me in the Christmas spirit, man. I really miss doing that, bro. We sang all the hits, dude. My dad would do that song. It just goes by the Christmas song, the one that chestnuts roasting over an open fire.
Yeah. That's a classic, of course.
Everyone would swoon over my dad's voice, man.
Aww.
You'd have that place melting. But anyways, dude, Bud, here we are again. You talking about this problem you have with the TV not telling you what you already paid for. And then you turn to Buzz and Nico about it, or to Joanna and Nico, sorry, and then just total silence because they just...
We don't relate.
Tired of hearing it.
Yeah, we don't relate.
It bothers me as much as any pet peeve that I have.
Yeah, man. You gotta... It's that TV, though, bro. It's the TV that's out of date, and it doesn't, keep up to date
It's
with
supposed
what
to be a
you've
smart
done.
TV. I bought it. It was a smart TV. It said.
You should just smash it. But what I would say, man, is you need to get a Roku.
I think I had a Roku at one point. Is that the thing that has a Fire Stick?
Yeah, I mean, that's
Is that the same thing?
It. Yeah, a Fire Stick, a Chromecast, a Roku, an Apple TV even. Like, all those things have the app capability. But
I think I'm so far deep in not just television, but different stuff. I think I'm paying for stuff every month. I don't even remember. Like apps that I pay for. There's a guitar masterclass app that I paid for. I haven't used it in 2 years, and I just happened to see the payment come through. I need to hire somebody to forensically go through and find out.
That's called weaponized incompetence.
All right. Well, hey, listen to this, Stoner Guy.
What's up, Mojo? It's ODG.
Stoner Guy, listen to this through your headset. Listen.
What's up, Mojo? It's ODG. I saw Christmas at Paco's on YouTube. Stoner Guy looks adorable, man. He also looks high. I think he's high in that video. Ask Stoner Guy if he was high. Also, Paco's had a unisex bathroom. Very progressive. Maybe that's the solution to the bathroom gender question.
He's saying that he noticed in the video that Paco's, your family's restaurant, had a unisex bathroom.
I mean, we only had one.
Right. That's what I think is going on.
Yeah, we only had one. It was a very small building.
If you're a small restaurant, you just have the one restroom and only one person goes in there at once. It actually solves a lot of problems. All right.
I will say, though, we are a very progressive family. My brother Josh is gay.
Oh. Hey, my brother's gay, too.
But it's like, if you think about it, that was a really long time ago. And, yeah, we were way ahead of the times on that one.
All right. Thanks, Stoner Guy. Have a great one, all right?
Dude, I love y'all, man. Bro, I really wish I could have heard that call, man. I can't hear it.
He couldn't hear it.
Why couldn't he?
Racism.
Wait a minute. Tell me if you can hear it now.
What's up, Mojo? It's ODG.
Could you hear that?
Oh, ODD.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I saw Christmas at Paco's on YouTube. Stoner guy looks adorable, man. He also looks high. I think he's high in that video. Ask Stoner guy if he was high. Also,
Stoner guy, were you high in that video?
No, man, but I didn't smoke until after high school.
Uh-huh.
But I've been told by a lot of people while I was in high school that I just looked high all the time, too.
Paco's had a unisex bathroom. Very progressive. Maybe that's the solution to the bathroom gender question. Make all the bathrooms unisex. I don't know. I'm not a transgender scientist. Okie dokie.
Okay. Yeah, and it's Stoner guy confirmed what I thought. It was probably a small mom and pop restaurant. They probably only had one bathroom.
What? I must have missed this, or I might have been out one day. What is this?
Oh, that's right. You weren't here.
Yeah, he wasn't there that
I'll
day.
send you the video.
Okay, is it a video, Stoner guy?
Yeah, when he was a teenager.
When they had a restaurant.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Stoner guy.
See you, buddy.
Guys, I love y'all, man.
Love you too, buddy.
All right. There's Stoner guy calling all the way from San Angelo.
Breaking news. We have an update, Buzz.
Oh, my goodness.
On the woman who wanted to have sex with 1,000 men in one day.
Ooh. She accepted your application?
Well,
She did
kind
it.
of. No, she didn't do the 1,000. She did 101 men in one day. And she's just recently come out to talk about it. And she breaks down in tears to recount even the 100 men.
She breaks down in tears.
Yep.
Remember, I said I think there's some kind of detachment to pull something like that.
Oh,
there's got to be some level of detachment.
She goes into that. It's crazy. Exactly what you're saying. You want to hear it later?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
Buzz.
So Paul Rodriguez is in town. He's going to be performing tonight through Saturday, and I said that Paul Rodriguez was like the first Latino to have his own, to star in his own sitcom on network television.
He also let me do a guest spot for him at the Plaza for the Latin Kings of Comedy. I'd like to just point out.
I was there for that.
You were there for that.
Buzz. First Latino on TV or being the star? What about Freddie Prinze Sr.? What about Desi Arnaz? What about them? Peace.
Desi Arnaz wasn't the show. Lucy was the star of the show.
Oh, no, he's right. You said Mexican American.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I think Freddie Prinze
Prinze.
Was he Mexican or Puerto Rican? He's Puerto Rican, yeah.
But
Looking good.
Is that what it is? Mexican American?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know that I've heard that fact said about Paul Rodriguez. And really, his show was on TV around the same time that Chico and the Man was. I don't know which came first.
Chico the Man came first.
Did it?
Yeah. Came on in 74.
Chico was Freddie Prinze. And you know who the Man was? The grandpa who goes to Wonka's Chocolate Factory with Willie. With Charlie.
Really?
The one in bed all the time and then magically starts walking when Charlie finds a golden ticket.
Yeah, well, there were two. Both sets of grandparents were in bed together.
Still.
Oh, wow. So Freddie Prinze is only half Puerto Rican. His father was German.
Oh.
And his last name was Prinz with a Z.
His real name, born Frederick Karl Prutzel.
Prutzel.
That's how Carlos's real name is Ned.
But Ned Mencia is a real last name.
Okay. No, it's not.
Mencia is.
Mencia is not his birth name.
Huh.
And he talks about this. He doesn't make a big secret about it. Carlos Mencias was born Ned Holness. Holnes.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not outing anybody here.
No, you're not.
He's talked about it.
All right, let's take a break. I've still got good news, bad news of the week on the way. Cappy's going to talk sports with us. Apparently, the rumors were all confirmed. I'm understanding Bill Belichick took the job at University of North Carolina.
Oh, so
Bill
him and his
Belichick's
girlfriend
gonna
can hang out.
Well, she's got to get enrolled first.
Good job, Joanna.
Oh, yeah.
Nice one.
All right, more coming up right after this.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5.
Coverage in minute. MD.com. That's TRYLIFEMD.com.
Broadcasting from El Paso for El Paso. The Buzz Adams Morning Show on 95.5 KLAQ.
Accuracy and good information is important to me. So when we were talking about Paul Rodriguez, who's in town, I said he was the first, did I say Latino or Mexican American to star in his own, in a network sitcom? Well, I'm really getting challenged on it.
Buzz, I think you've forgotten Pepino from The Real McCoys. There was a true Mexican TV star. Hi.
Pepino from The Real McCoys.
I don't know what that
you don't.
is.
That's like a black and white sitcom about a farm family, and they had a ranch hand named Pepino.
Okay.
You never heard of Pepino before?
No.
He wasn't the star of the show, but it did have Walter Brennan, who was a famous actor from Westerns. He was usually the sidekick or the comic relief. Here's a scene featuring Pepino.
Five candles, one for each year you've been with us. I don't know what we would have done without you.
Yes, sir. 5 years of loyal, faithful service. It seems to me that 4 candles too many, Dan. Counting all them siestas he done took, the actual work time will only add up to about 1 year.
Oh, Grandpa, you know you don't mean that.
Yeah, I know. Of course I don't, but with all the compliments you're handing out, it's the only way I can think of to keep him from asking for a raise. It's wonderful you all do this for me. I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. Just blow out the candles so we can start eating the cake. Be sure to make a wish.
See, I'll make a wish.
What is this, old-time radio?
First cut, then pass the cake to me.
Okay, Senora Kate.
Look at Buzz all intrigued.
Yeah, are you just watching this, or what are you waiting for?
I just wanted to let you see a little bit of Pepino. So
He can't tell you that. It won't come true.
Oh, it's okay. I can tell you, because it's not going to come true anyway.
Of course it will, Pepino.
Well, sure it will, unless you wish for something like a diamond as big
Look
as a
at that
duck's
big-ass
egg,
cake.
or $1 million, or a raise. No. What I ask for is more important than money. Well, now, I couldn't figure out what that would be.
White
Got
people.
us cat curious, Pepino. Just what did you wish for? I wish I could become a citizen of the United States of America.
Aww.
They're all like,
Look at how the white people are like,
Yeah.
well, what could be more important than money? Jesus. Buzz was just watching at some point.
yeah, at some point you just forgot we were on the
Thought
show.
we're doing a show.
It's all right.
Oh, God. So I tried to get Buzz to watch a new show on HBO Max yesterday. It's called
a cartoon.
It's called Creature Commandos. It's a new DC thing. It comes from James Gunn, written and directed by him.
Oh, I've heard of it. Yeah.
And it's kind of a continuation from what his Suicide Squad movie left off.
It's got that weird weasel character. From
I thought Pete Davidson played the weasel.
No, Pete Davidson was a different guy. He wasn't the weasel was like CGI animated.
Oh.
But I don't know, just not into it. And they haven't made a good cartoon since Roadrunner.
And then Buzz goes, we have to watch Unforgiven, because he was in a Western thing yesterday. Like he was all like wearing his cowboy hat and like slinging.
Yesterday, he's still wearing it today.
Yeah, that's true. Slinging.
It's like when a kid finds a favorite cowboy outfit and they don't want to take it off for a week.
Or any outfit, you're right.
That's been Buzz these last few days.
I consider it my Western era.
You're in your Western era?
Mm-hmm.
Your Pink Pony Club era?
So Unforgiven is this
What is Unforgiven?
Clint Eastwood movie?
Western, great movie. Morgan Freeman's in it. Gene Hackman is in it. It's just a great cast.
Yeah, but I was just as bored watching that as you were watching.
No, you even
Creature
said it's
Commandos.
a good movie.
Meanwhile, I'm watching some dude bang Megan Fox as a robot.
Yeah.
What's that called again?
Subservient.
Hey, I found okay. So this chick that is going to bang 1,000 dudes, she did a documentary documenting her sleeping with 100 men in one day.
And she breaks down crying while she's talking about it
afterwards.
Dude, that's
well,
the
so the
saddest-
documentary is hanging out with her before the one day, and then after.
I mean, it's got to be physically taxing, if nothing else, right?
That's what Doctor Who was interviewed said. Like, sex is a physical thing. Your cardiovascular system, muscles, all that's still used.
Anything else you wanted to add?
Do you want to hear her?
Sure, I guess so. Is it safe to air?
I think it should be, but Alberto, just be ready.
Yeah, be ready.
Okay, so she hasn't done the 1,000 guys in 24 hours deal yet.
No. She just did the 100.
But she cried when talking about the 100.
Well, she cried. I don't know what she's crying about. Well, let's hear it.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Listen, oh man, I tried to fast forward it so that we could get to the good part.
Well, I definitely heard her cry.
She's saying things like it was not like normal sex at all. It made her feel terrible. She says that it was hard having the interactions with them, and she felt that she constantly felt pressure to give the men a good time, and that added that several men even tried guilt-tripping her into extending their time together.
Well, because she said every man would get 5 minutes, and sometimes she would get just like 2 or 3, give them 2 or 3, and they'd be like, "What? We didn't get my 2
I didn't get my 5 minutes."
I was not nervous. It was like the day before. I was like, oh, I'm so nervous. But it was good. It was more, I guess the interactions weren't like, I'd have to stop them early and like, you'd have to stand on business and be like, I'm so sorry, you got to go. And like the awkward interaction of like you feeling pressure to...
I think that's about as close to the line as we can come.
Yeah.
Is anybody turned on by that even remotely?
I just subscribed to her.
I signed up. We're going to be like, and now let's go to Nico, who's in line.
Anyways, she says she's still going to go through with the 1,001. She wants to do that. She says it's going to be an amazing event.
She says her downstairs is very sore.
Yeah. Her downstairs real sore. One guy was talking about how he got an extra 2 minutes because he said that she forgot to put the timer on, and she says, "Oh, starting now." And then he goes, "But I hope my dad doesn't find out because he's going to kill me."
It seems like the opposite of sexy. You know what I mean? I'm not a prude, but it seems like this is somebody who either had a traumatic experience.
It does kind of sound like assault, almost like
should-
assault or like a...
I guess she's a willing participant, but I don't know if she's in her right mind. And I got to think you got to take
her. She still says she's going to continue through it to get to 1,000.
to do something like that. I think you got to be
Damaged?
on something. On something like whether it's just like booze or just something. I don't know.
Or
It
really
just
be
all
able
seems
to disassociate.
disassociation. It just seems like a really, really. I mean, listen to her crying. That's sad.
It is
You
sad,
almost
but
want
it's
somebody
not
to be like-
stopping her. She
I
still
mean-
says she wants to reach 1,000 in one day. That who has the time for that, really? Like,
Well, it's one day.
I mean,
I wasted a day playing Royal Match on my phone, like a 24-hour period playing Royal Match.
I hear people like people say stand-ups, like everybody who does stand-up is probably a damaged individual because there's something about you that makes you want to go on stage in front of people to get their validation or whatever. Probably
Well, I get it if everybody's laughing and applauding, you get standing ovations, but when there's like two people there and nobody's laughing or paying attention to you, I don't know why anybody wants to do that.
one chuckle is all it takes to get some.
Just one chuckle.
Yeah, but when I have a good set, the high lasts for the rest of the night.
But your dream is
Really?
also to perform in front of 1,000 people someday, right? Thank
that's
you.
a good one.
I've already done that before. But I'm sure there's something psychologically damaged about these people as well. OnlyFans models, maybe some porn stars too, strippers.
Well, I don't.
We're all in the same milieu.
I don't think they're all monolithic. I think people do it
for different reasons.
reasons. got to imagine the money's got something to do with it. But
What money is this chick getting?
Yeah, what kind of money is she getting for something like that?
It's her OnlyFans.
Who's sponsoring her? Trojan or what?
She did have a gigantic bucket of condoms.
Yeah, she
a
said
bag.
her room was littered with condoms at the end of the night.
Oh, ew, used? Ew.
Right? Oh, you just leave them there?
Sorry, I slipped.
I got good news, bad news. Are you ready?
Yay!
All right. Taking a look at some of the top stories this week, both the positive and negative sides of our stories here in the Focus. We got a few of them. And we'll look at the good news, bad news, or sometimes the bad news, good news. Good news.
Good news.
After 5 years, Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris reopened after a devastating fire.
It did.
All
it did.
right, yeah.
What could the bad news about that be?
They still don't know who started the fire.
Oh.
But the guy in the bell tower has a hunch.
All right.
Yeah?
Bad news.
A new study says Navy Top Gun fighter pilots who fly at extreme speeds may end up long-term with brain damage.
Oh, no. What's the good news?
On the plus side, they get the coolest nicknames.
Brain damage?
Maverick?
Maverick? Iceman?
Iceman? Goose? Maybe not so much.
Okay.
Bad news.
Yeah, bad news for one of Donald Trump's nominees. 77 Nobel Prize winners signed a letter urging U.S. senators to oppose RFK Jr.'s nomination to lead the Department of Health and Human Services.
Oh, man. What's the good news?
On the bright side, Pete Hegseth's nomination is being supported by over 77 whiskey distilleries.
Bad news.
Don't know if you heard about this, but Chuck Norris, who's in his 80s, his mother died recently.
No.
At the age of 103, Chuck Norris's mother passed away. Not just a silver lining here. I hear before taking her, the Grim Reaper asked Chuck's permission first.
That's smart. Smart.
Yeah, definitely. Very smart.
Good news, bad news of the week. We're going to have Steve Kaplowitz in. We're going to talk about Bill Belichick. And he's going to be a rookie, first-year college head football coach, it looks like. Steve will give us all the details and a look at Sports Go Sports on the way right after this.
Hey, it's Double G. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
16 across from Cielo Vista Mall and our new location at 1499 Lee Trevino.
From the KLAQ studios in beautiful sunny El Paso, Texas, this is the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
That was jamming.
95.5 KLAQ El Paso, a town square media station.
Cappy's standing by. We're going to talk about, I guess, the big news in definitely college football is the Bill Belichick story, which I think if you'd told people this 6 weeks ago, they would have said you were delusional.
6 days ago.
6 days ago. You're right, Cappy.
Yeah.
Did he get fired by the Patriots?
No, he didn't get fired.
They just had a mutual parting of ways.
Right. It would be a bad look for the Patriots to fire Bill Belichick. But
yes, he stepped down.
Is this kind of like a downgrade for him?
Well, we're going to talk. You know what? We're going to talk about all this when we get into it.
Well,
right?
It's an upgrade if you think about how he could find a new co-ed girlfriend.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that in a little bit.
I mean, he's into 22-year-olds. There are a bunch of them there.
And the one he's dating is going to North Carolina, so it's perfect.
No. His girl, he's going to be dating a student, and he's 72 and she's 22.
I think doesn't she go to? I think she goes to the University of North Carolina.
I'm not equating that with anything that P. Diddy's accused of doing, but it's creepy as hell, man.
She has to know what she's doing. That's sugar daddy stuff, right?
So you're saying that in 15 years, if you were dating a 22-year-old in 15 years,
if I was dating a 22-year-old when I was 32, I would have found that a little off-putting.
What about now?
Now, extremely.
What if you have like a model?
You were bragging.
First of all,
you were bragging about dating a 28-year-old just a a few years ago, buddy.
Yeah, well, that was 28.
Good morning, guys. Hey, Buzz. I was hearing you talk about Royal Match, and just wanted to let you know that I just passed the 10,000 level.
Oh.
Yeah, you're staying behind, buddy.
Where
Talk to you
am I?
later.
That's,
Bye-bye.
that's Joe. Joe's a great listener. He and his wife, Biani, are the best.
Yeah, they are.
And now look at Buzz trying to figure out what level are you on, dude?
I'm just barely over 4,000.
And he's what, 10,000?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
You played 4,000 levels of something?
Have you seen him just plop himself on that futon? And then I just hear all of a sudden, all right, I'm leaving, but like 3 hours later.
So I was playing it at home, and I was so frustrated. Like, I was out of turns, and you can pay, like, for more lives. So I did that, and it made a certain noise, a chime. Ba-bing, you know, whatever. My daughter
it
looks
takes her
up.
cash.
My daughter looks up from what she's doing and says, "Did you just pay money for that stupid game?" And
She knows.
And I denied that I did
You denied it to your own daughter?
because I'm humiliated by it.
So what
I
kind of
used to make fun of Candy Crushers and Farmvillers and all that stuff, and now I'm actually
And now
spending
look at
money
you.
playing this dumb game. I'm addicted to the game.
So what did
and
you
I'm
really
not doing
are.
it. This is not a sponsorship, by the
Yeah.
way. It's a cry for help, is what it is.
What'd you do? If you told her that it wasn't the game, what excuse did you make up to try to for that
Did
noise?
she see through your dirty lie?
She didn't buy it for a second,
She did.
and I'm like, "How do you know what the sound is?" And she's like, "Bruh." That's how she talks now.
No, yeah.
Bruh.
She threw a bra at you?
No, she says, "Bruh."
Bruh.
Like a bro.
But here are
Oh, she
things that-
totally is like a bro.
Here's
That's
the
hilarious.
things that I've been addicted to. In college, I was addicted to solitaire. Not on a computer because nobody had those yet.
Okay. Oh.
Cards. I
Like
would play
playing cards?
hours and hours just playing solitaire, like compulsively. And then when computers did come out, you would think that I would play solitaire.
Yeah.
But I was pretty much over solitaire, but I played hours and hours of Minesweeper.
Would you say you have an addictive personality?
So you have an addictive personality, yeah.
No, typically not. Not the kind of things that you think about people getting addicted to. It's just I
It
go
doesn't
through.
have to be the
Well, and by the way, Minesweeper is underrated. That's one of the great games.
I don't even know how to play Minesweeper.
Okay, do you want to hear a fact?
How
If
do
you
you
don't
play
know this
that?
fact, it'll blow your mind.
What's that?
The reason that was it Microsoft? Is that who put those games on the computers back in the
Yeah.
90s? The reason they put those games on there was to tutor people on how to use a point and click mouse. The whole
Genius.
point was so you would learn to use this new technology. We're talking like 93, 94,
Right.
sometime in that period.
I still don't know how to play Minesweeper.
No, I mean, you have to realize in 93, 94, computers were still in their infancy.
Not everybody had them.
I was at UT.
Nobody had them in their pocket.
You know what? When I would go to the library at UT, first off, the internet wasn't around. The only way to get articles like online was through something called LexisNexis, and that was like the browser. That was before the internet was really invented, and how you would find online articles back in the early to mid '90s. LexisNexis, you remember that?
No, not really.
All right, well.
I was just waiting 30 minutes for one nude photo to download.
Isn't the point of a video game to beat it? Right? You know, I mean, isn't that the point of any video game? You buy it or you get it, and then you play the levels and you beat it, and you move on to a different game.
I have already said I am not proud of this, all right?
Royal Match has you wrapped around its little finger.
sure
buddy
does.
because the other caller too, 10,000 levels. Seriously, bro, that's what you spend your free time doing? Come on, man. It's pointless to play a game that you're never going to beat. It's stupid. I'm sorry, but it's stupid. Have a good one, guys.
That's exactly what I used to say about Candy Crush and Farmville and all this. You mean you're paying money to grow fake crops and to feed fake cows or whatever?
Don't you wish you invented it? Don't you wish you were the guy that could make millions off of something like that?
And
instead of being the sucker that plays it and never wins?
Yeah, of course.
You ever play Fortnite?
No.
My son's really into Fortnite.
No, I don't get any of those.
Yeah.
The only game that I really ever got into, I got an Xbox, was Star Wars Battlefront. I was just gonzo for Star Wars Battlefront.
Did you ever have a Wii with all the interactive sports games and stuff like that? How'd that work out?
didn't think it was such a big deal.
Steve, are you kidding? Buzz has an Oculus Rift for 3D stuff.
And I never use that. Everything
well, you use it for porn.
I did. None of the, what's that stuff called? Virtual reality, VR stuff?
VR.
None of it's ever lived up to the hype. Going on 30 years now that they've had this VR stuff, and I'm just uniformly unimpressed every time I play it. It needs to be like The Matrix, where I see the girl with the red dress walking down the street, and I eat a steak, and I can actually taste it. That's when I'll get into VR.
I've never understood why they don't take VR to sports. So, like, let's say I want to watch an NFL game. Instead of watching a game on my couch, what if I'm at the game, and the VR kind of takes me into a seat at a live game?
That's actually a really interesting point.
So I can watch the game feeling like I'm there rather than just watching it on TV.
I mean, I have a theory about why that wouldn't work. Watching a game in person sucks compared to watching it on TV.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't want announcers. I just want to feel like I'm there.
I need the announcers. I need that little line that shows you where the first down is, where the field goal right. I need all of that.
Oh, Steve's right. There's some people that would love to.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I like? I like that. I like to be on my couch, feeling like I'm at the game, and then have a beer in my hand that I'm not paying $30 for at the game, and now I'm all set and ready to go.
All right, well, you know what?
All sports, by the way, not just football. Give me baseball, basketball, golf. I'll be in the by a hole. That would be fun too, to just sit there and feel like you're at the Masters. Oh, that'd be great.
Sports go sports. Athletics are number one. Participants are heroes. Go team, yeah.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show presents Go Sports Go. Brought to you by the Viva Auto Group. Viva makes it happen.
I guess they are crediting Adam Schefter with breaking the news on ESPN. Bill Belichick is the new head coach of football at North Carolina. Let me just pot this down so we can hear the audio.
Kevin, what many would never have imagined is now happening. Bill Belichick is finalizing a deal to become that next head coach at North Carolina. He now will be affectionately known as Chapel Bill. He is leaving the NFL, where he was victories away from becoming the all-time NFL winningest coach, to go to college, to Chapel Hill, to take on a new challenge.
Who told me that his girlfriend goes to North Carolina? Is that true?
That's what I heard.
Steve just said that.
Maybe I'm wrong. I thought that's what I heard.
So, Nico, you asked, is this a step down for Bill Belichick?
Yeah, is this a step down?
I don't know. If you're interested in 22-year-old women, it's not, I guess.
Wow.
What do you have to say about this?
Listen, I mean, and by the way,
I
guess
you looking up trying to find out if his girlfriend actually goes to school there?
No,
because
she doesn't.
That's almost like
first off, she's now 24. I think they met when she was 22.
Okay, you know what it's like? It's like 26-year-old guys that go and cruise around the high school in the parking lot trying to pick up on high school girls. Plus 50 years.
She apparently she was a national champion cheerleader at Bridgewater State University, which was a Division III school. So, but they did meet on a plane while she was still in college.
I'm sorry, that's a little creepy to me, man.
Weird.
Yeah. Anyway,
there's a real power differential going on there.
But think about how Belichick now has the ability to scan the whole campus for future co-ed girlfriends. That's a big deal. So, you know.
Here you go. This is a call that was already in the hopper for us this morning.
Good morning show. This is a question for Cappy. What do you think about Bill Belichick taking a head coach job at North Carolina? Wasn't there any pro teams that wanted him? I thought this was a strange move. But anyway, any thoughts? Y'all have a great day. Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you. Happy Hanukkah.
Any NFL team that's looking for a head coach would definitely take that meeting. Right?
So here's the deal. Apparently this year, no NFL team has called Bill Belichick. No team has asked for a consulting job. There has been no interest.
Him, some of our cheerleaders are 22, 23 years old.
Yeah, that'd be a good selling point. But no, there has been no interest whatsoever from the NFL level. I think if there was NFL interest, this would never happen. But Belichick probably came to the realization that he might never get an NFL job again as a head coach. So when North Carolina came calling and he had the 400-page handbook of how to run a program and gave that to them, and they looked it over and they decided that it looked good, the one condition Belichick had was he wants his son, Steven, who is now the I think he is the D coordinator at Washington, to have, like, he wants to hand the job over to him.
God, that
in a
seems
few
like
years.
a real Nepo move.
Of course. Of course it is.
LeBron Bronny situation there.
Yes, and North Carolina agreed to it.
They
that
agreed
was the
to-
condition.
So and by the way, his son is an assistant at Washington, right?
Yeah, he's a coordinator, and now I don't think he's coming to the Sun Bowl. You know, the thought was that Stephen Belichick was going to be here at the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl with his Washington Huskies defense, but I believe most likely he will now already be in North Carolina helping out his dad in a couple of weeks when they come to town. That's not confirmed.
I think if I was in a position, where nepotism could really work in my favor, I tell my dad, I absolutely don't want to do it this way. Like the way that Nick Cage, the actor, changed his name from Nick Coppola.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to do it on his own. It's just like, God, how do you look at yourself in the mirror knowing your daddy got you the job and you wouldn't be there if it weren't for him?
That's true. That is true. So, look, it's a strange story because he's never coached in college, although his dad coached at North Carolina in the 50s. So maybe
Bill's dad.
Bill's dad. So
Did
maybe
Bill play football?
I think he did. He's not very tall, so I'm sure if he played, he wasn't a prominent
The one thing
player.
though that we got to see, and I love that we got to see this, because a lot of people were wondering, well, who's primarily responsible for winning all those Super Bowls in New England? Belichick or Tom Brady?
Tom Brady.
Well, we got a couple of years. Tom Brady leaves the Patriots. He wins the Super Bowl with the freaking Buccaneers.
I know.
The first year. So that and the Patriots program
tanked. Well, that's because the Patriots haven't had a quarterback since. They haven't had really a quality quarterback since Brady left. And I think that there was always that struggle, the power struggle, about who really was responsible for the wins. Was it Belichick? Remember, Belichick was not just the coach, he was the GM. So he built the team on both sides of the ball. And as great as Tom Brady was, you had to have a defense. You had to have more than just a quarterback. So, I feel like it was all of them. That was the reason why. It wasn't just Belichick or Brady. It was everybody. But think about it.
But you know what I mean?
That's why Jimmy Johnson didn't coach the Cowboys after a few years, because Jerry Jones thought that he should be getting the credit for the Cowboys, not Jimmy. So they had a power struggle there, and that's why Jerry kicked Jimmy out. It's all about ego, Buzz. All about ego.
I got another bit of audio here for you, and it has to do with Juan Soto, who just signed a 15-year deal with the Mets.
He did.
For $765 million.
Yes.
Here is the Yankees' Michael Kay. He calls Juan Soto piggish, and it's specifically about one of his requests from the Yankees.
And listen, I understand what you're saying with Cohen, if he felt like that was going to put him over the top. When you're getting a contract worth $765 million, and I'm not going to use this word lightly, to ask for a suite borders on piggish.
Oh, that's stupid. That is sour grapes, because
Michael Kay is saying that Soto asked for a suite at Yankee Stadium. I mean, if you're talking about $765 million,
yeah,
it's a drop in the bucket, really.
Exactly.
I mean, they give suites to people that are like the beer vendors or the guy who provides the bread for the hot dog buns.
And if that's going to help the Yankees retain him, why would you say no to that?
Why would you say no to that? It's not even money.
Stupid thing. Who cares? I mean, you're saying that's piggish. Look, the Yankees were offering $760 million. And if one of the reasons why they didn't get him was they didn't offer a suite, well, that's a stupid move on the Yankees' sake. Give him the suite. Who cares?
If it would have sealed the deal, the suite, even for 15 years.
That's right.
You're getting a deal on it.
The Yankees claim that most people buy their suites. I'm like, oh, come on. And because he's making so much money, he can afford it. Well, you know what? The Yankees, you make billions of dollars, you could also afford to just give the suite to Soto. It's crazy to think that could have been one of the things that Soto wanted that the Yankees wouldn't offer.
And for Mike Kay to get that irate over it, I agree with you. I think it's sour grapes.
Yeah, because the Yankees didn't get a chance to keep him, and he went to the rival Mets. Well, you know what? You should have offered him a suite. If I'm not mistaken, and I'd have to look this up, I believe that when Alex Rodriguez signed that huge contract with the Yankees years ago and they acquired him, they gave him a suite at Yankee Stadium. Yeah. So the precedent's been set. So I don't know. It's stupid. UTEP nearly beat Louisville last night.
Hey, all right.
77-74 was the final score. The Miners had a 3-pointer to tie. But Louisville ended up surviving with a win.
It's Louisville.
Nope. Louisville.
Louisville.
Like, don't even use your lips when you say it. Louisville.
So, and this was a tough game because the Miners had lead at halftime. They were right there into it. And you want to keep saying Louisville, don't you?
No. Joanne is giving me googly eyes like it's time to break, but Alberto told me we only have one more break left.
I did not know we had that.
Yes.
Get off my back.
Next home, he said, "Get off my back, Jack." Next home game will be Monday night. Tarleton State comes to town with Billy Gillespie. How about that?
Hey, Billy Gillespie at Tarleton State.
Yes, he'll be in El
Paso. The guy who had the
Paso.
Kentucky job for a minute.
That's a good way to describe it. And a guy that when he was at UTEP was only here for 2 years, turned the Miners around.
Oh yeah, took him to a tournament. Really revamped the entire program.
Yep.
There was not a bigger hero in El Paso than Billy Gillespie.
Big popular guy at the bars at night. I lived
I
that
think the
era.
bars at night are kind of part of the reason that Billy Gillespie didn't last very long at Kentucky. Also,
Could be. That's a good point.
Tanking the program had something to do with it.
Remember his post-game press conferences at UTEP when he'd start crying? Remember those?
I never went to post-game press.
No, but it was always they would always show him on TV, and he would always get really emotional talking about his team and start crying. Mm-hmm. Women love that.
Well,
they ate that up.
I hope that Billy's doing well.
He is.
Gonna get a chance to catch up with him.
Hopefully,
do an interview before they play.
I'll try to stop by shoot around on Monday and see him.
All right,
say hi. So I haven't spoken to Billy in a couple months, so that'll be good. Tonight, my Thursday Night Football, I'll be live at Speaking Rock, getting ready for the Rams and the 49ers. Nice. So, yes, there's your microphone.
Nice.
There it is. NFC West Showdown should be a good one, folks. In fact, Underdog is the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. They've got all your favorite leagues, teams, and stars to choose from. Plus, with their Pick'em game, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. And guess what? Every dog deserves a second chance. With Underdog Rescues, you can get your money back and receive a promo if an early injury causes your entry to lose. God knows that happens a lot in the NFL. Tonight, give me Puka Nacua and higher than 89.5 receiving yards.
Let me see if I got that. Puka Nacua.
Yes.
Higher than what?
89.5 receiving yards.
All right.
I love that. This season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day. Like profit boosts. Pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts. You'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at a big W. Free pick. They're basically a sure thing. A player just has to get higher than half a yard for that pick to win. Plus, all new users get a free pick. Download the app. Sign up with promo code KLAQ and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's promo code KLAQ. Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
All right. Thank you, Cappy. We still have a couple minutes left. Alberto has never done this before, and I think it's the right time of year to do it. Alberto, you listen to how we do the first verse. Then we're going to give you a verse. We're going to break you in on Dominic the Donkey.
Ooh, the first Dominic donkey
the first Dominic sighting of the season. Here we go. All right. All of us do it here in the first pre-chorus.
All right.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
It's Dominic the donkey.
Jiggity ching.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. The Italian Christmas donkey. La, la, la. La, 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 la. La, la, la. La, 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 la.
We'll do another one, Alberto, so you can get an idea of what's going on.
Santa's got a little friend, his name is Dominic. The cutest little donkey you never see.
All right, everywhere in El Paso.
When Santa visits his paisans.
Ladies only. Ladies only.
Because the reindeer cannot climb the hills.
Ladies only.
Hey, jingity jing.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
Dominic the donkey. Jingity jing.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
The Italian Christmas
chorus is yours, Alberto.
Jingle bells around his neck and presents on a sled. Hey, look at the Mayor's Derby on top of Dominic's head. A pair of shoes for Louie and a dress for Josephine. The label on the...
Only people named Alberto. Only Albertos.
Jingity-jing.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
A little quicker. Chingity-ching.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
La, 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 la. Children sing and clap their hands and Dominic starts to dance. They talk Italian to him and he even understands. Kumaras and kumbaras do they dance out of them. When Santa Nicola comes to town and brings Ujo.
Everybody! Hee-haw, hee-haw.
It's Dominic the donkey.
Chingity-ching. Hee-haw, hee-haw.
Italian Christmas donkey.
La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Have a great one. Woo! Kathy tonight
That's it. Show's over.
What? We just started.
Yeah, well, the show's over.
That's the end.
That's not the end.
Why, yes, it is.
Right, that's the end.
And that's the end. That's the end?
The morning show will be back tomorrow at 6 a.m.